Hey, everyone in YouTube land. Welcome back to No Level Cap Podcast. And today we're ranking games on our JRPG tier list. Who will reign supreme and who has fallen off?
Yo, what's good, people? Welcome back to the No Level Cap Podcast with all your friendly neighborhood black nerds, where we cover all the anime, all the gaming, all the nerd culture with absolutely zero of the BS. Back with a new episode every Monday morning. I am your host, Sage Ashford. These are my co-hosts, Will Coleman, Devin Butts, Terrence Flowers, Rakeem Beck. Like Rakeem said, this week we are doing a JRPG franchise tier list. So I do want to get into how I got this idea in the first place. I think a couple of months ago, me and Devin, we were hanging out and we were talking about, as we always often do, we were talking about video games, and then it came up like Final Fantasy, and we was talking about what Square has done wrong with Final Fantasy, and where even like though Final Fantasy 7 is good, like it doesn't feel like it's the king of JRPG franchises anymore, and it feels like Persona kind of took that spot a long time ago. So with that being said, I want to be clear about something. This list is not about quality. It is not necessarily about favorites either, because if it were, I would just put Trails at the top and Tails at the bottom, and we call it a day. However, hey man, that Tails Mirage shit, fuck that game. And Tales of what was the one before that? Not Berseria, Zestiria. That shit wasn't all that either. So
Zestiria was not that great.
They're gonna have to wasn't that great.
They got to get Tails gonna have to get it together. We'll see. Hell, they say the next Tails game is years off. I said years. Bitch, it's already been yet. Never mind.
Okay.
For this, we are talking about popularity and perception. Where do these franchises fall in terms of overall popularity today? Not 10 years ago, 20 years ago, back on the PS2. I don't give a damn about that. And I'm not telling y'all, I'm telling viewers, like, don't tell me nothing about, don't come in the comments like, well, Final Fantasy 7 back on the PS2. This ain't the PS2 days. PS6 about to come out in about 2 years. All right? So I want to hear it. What franchises are undeniably at the top of the mountain? What franchises, like Rakeem said, they fell off? Where are they? So let's get started. I found this JRPG franchise tier list, and the first one definitely fell off. Let's get started.
All right.
Oh boy.
Arc the Lad.
Oh yeah. I mean that's it. I mean,
that's definitely
so. I played
right
a whole lot of Arc the Lad back in the day, so this hurts. There were so many of these games.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask, how many games are in that series?
Like five or six.
Five or six.
2 and 3.
Oh, wasn't there like a spinoff too? I'm not tripping.
Yeah.
So you had the first 3, right? Or was it 4?
Yeah. No, it was
first
3
3
on PS1.
And then you had the 2 PS2 games.
You had the 2 PS2 games.
And was there any other spinoffs after that?
Not that I can think of.
Yeah. I played a lot of Arc the Lad. Those like some of the first games as a kid, you know, when you didn't have access to all the games, and I learned about emulation and all that. I tried, you know, on the 7 Seas. But I really like this franchise. Just giving a shout out to people who might not know it. I mean, at this point, it's so old. A lot of people probably never even heard of this franchise. Yeah. What made Arc the Lad stand out when it came out was that it had strategy RPG combat, but a JRPG you could move. Like, there was a distinction back in the day between strategy RPGs, and most of them anyway, and JRPGs where you had a world map, you walk on the world, you go through cities, and strategy RPGs, you pretty much stick to the combat. And then the notable exceptions to that would be Arc the Lad, which did both, and Suikoden, which had a main JRPG mode and had the tactical combat to the side. So that always attracted me to Arc the Lad. I like the art style. I think on PS1 it had like anime cutscenes and stuff like that.
And there was the Arc the Lad anime.
Yep, that was anime as well. So the franchise was cool. And then on PS2, we had the 2 PS2 games. I never really gave them a lot of attention as much as I did the old games. I played the demo for, I think, Twilight of the Innocence, which was okay. But this is sad. Yes, this has definitely fallen off. Because, I mean, that's probably a lot of people don't even know this franchise exists.
There is, or was rather, an Arc the Lad mobile game in 2018.
Really?
It got an English localization in 2021, but it shut down in 2022. So I mean,
it can't.
That's
gonna be the issue with some of these on here. That's gonna be just probably automatically F, because either they haven't had a game in so long, or like Say just said, like it might have some. A lot of these games on here just go to mobile once they've died. One in particular, which I wish wouldn't have, and it's just like, well, ain't nobody really checking for that.
Yeah.
So we could go a little higher, or a lot higher, actually. The Atelier series, it has become, I would say, much more popular as of late.
Oh yeah, for sure, absolutely. It's more popular now than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ryza.
The Ryza series, the trilogy, that shit catapulted it. I think one of the Ryza games, at least one, was a million seller.
Yeah,
it probably was. The first
probably what the second one.
It was either the first or the second one. I can't remember.
Let me double check, but I think
because I know. Well, no. It was a new game that they had out. It was a new series that they put out this year, right? With a new protagonist.
The new one they got out is Roslariana.
Yeah, that's the new protagonist.
Right? They had two. They put out two of them this year. Atelier Yumiya.
Oh yeah, her.
And then Roslariana. It's two in the same year. I don't know why they did that, but
Roslariana was on the phones at first, and then they moved her over to a console.
The Ryza trilogy has surpassed 2 million copies sold.
That's great.
And that was as of 2 years ago, so it's probably a little higher now than it was then. So we got to put this one up fairly high.
What would you all say is the difference between B+ and B?
Oh,
I feel like
question.
I actually just noticed that's the only. Wait, is there an A+?
There's an S.
Yeah. So wait. So B is the only one that has a plus.
I actually made some changes to this list already.
Okay.
Originally, it had like some more C. It had like an A- and all. I was like, this is too complex. We don't need all that. So I cut out some. And originally it was A+, not A. It was A+, not S. And so I was like, all right, let's just switch this and
make it.
Do we need B+? I guess is what.
No, we don't. That's the thing, because that's why I'm asking. Like, what's the difference between a B and a B+ in this case?
Understood.
Okay, now that makes sense. Now I think I'll put Atelier in B tier.
B, that's what I would say.
B feels just about right.
It's strong right now. The fact that franchise has been going on for so long and it actually stood the test of time is crazy.
It is
a
now
lot of those
stronger.
like PS2, PS1 era JRPGs, they ain't going anymore.
Super dead. So
that's true.
Yeah.
Bravely Default.
Bravely Default, the underlying.
So there's only 2 games in this franchise. Or was it 3?
Two.
The one they recently they re-released
Bravely
right?
second.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh, you're right. It's 3 games.
You're right.
Yeah, there's 2. Those are 3 different games. Yeah. I will say this. I will give Bravely Default this. When Square Enix was in trouble, Bravely Default saved his ass.
Yeah, that was the first game they came out with that everybody was just like, "Oh shit, it's good." It's like a throwback to old school JRPGs, and frankly, that's where Team Asano, I guess what you would call it. That's where they got their start. So
yeah, I was and also it's like it was a wake up call for them that hey, people still like old school RPGs. And like the feeling of those down home turn based RPGs. And and they learned the hard way. Sometimes you seek out, a more Western audience and try to go for the bombastic, expensive games. That's not gonna always work out. So it's good to have smaller series that can like sustain you in the meantime. And Team Asano, what's their name now? Creative Unit. What's the name now?
I don't know. They switch up so much. And Team Asano, I feel like they work with a lot of different outside studios.
Yeah,
to develop their games.
They make so many. They pretty much put out something every year now.
I was gonna say, what are the other games they've done? Because
Octopath,
Triangle Strategy,
Triangle Strategy.
Do they do I Am Setsuna?
No, that's not them.
That's a different team.
Yeah,
Tokyo RPG Factory.
Okay, see that's why I was trying to see like who I was trying to not get mixed up.
They would definitely not be high on this list for me.
Team Asano are not frauds. Tokyo RPG Factory. They they was frauds. I don't know. They went out of their way to try to create games that felt like SNES games, and every time they just looked boring and didn't sell well and didn't review well. And Team Asano came along and was like, we can do that. And they didn't market themselves that way, and they hit.
They didn't.
Who's doing Elliot?
Team Asano.
Same team.
Team Asano. Okay,
Asano,
okay,
yeah.
okay.
Tokyo
That's what I
RPG
wanna make
Factory is
sure.
pretty much done.
Okay.
They're not
Yeah,
making more games.
they're out of
Okay,
the
all right,
picture.
okay.
They made like 3 games, I think, and that was 3 or 4. And that
Is
was
this a C?
There's only-
I kind of feel I'm not sure where to put Bravely Default because I feel like it's not like up there, but at the same time, it's not meant to be disrespected either. I
Yeah,
kind of
that's
feel like
influence.
maybe right in the middle is fine.
Yeah,
I think they
Is it
reviewed-
of the popularity level of Atelier though?
No.
No, I don't.
mainly
I-
because they're not putting out that many
Yeah, they
games.
don't have any games right now. So.
Yeah,
don't-
you
they
know,
don't
that's
have
a good
ton of
point,
games
yeah.
out. Like,
And I
Atelier
feel like
has a
also
huge
you could make the
Bravely
argument Bravely Default became the stepping stone for Octopath, which has become a bigger franchise for them.
Absolutely.
You know what? I agree with
Yeah.
that. I
can
agree.
agree with that.
I agree with that.
But the games are still good. I know people
mean,
love Bravely
again,
Default.
Games
Yeah.
are good.
This ain't got nothing to do with quality.
Well, I know, but you know.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like before everybody, get too caught up, like, oh man, I hate to put it at C. Like it's still popularity. We ain't talking about quality. Like you
That's
could
true.
be a great franchise, like,
And just not be popular.
and just not be
Our
that popular.
games are
Like
great.
this next game that's about to be an L.
Breath of Fire Fall F.
Red Nation about to be in there, bro.
F.
Go ahead and drag it there
Boy,
right
Let's
now,
go ahead and
'cause-
give it the
Let's
Mr.
go.
Cocker. F.
Yeah.
No, I want to throw a
Super
little bit out
Go
there.
ahead. Go ahead, Will.
Because this series came out, and I know people love it. It started off great and all this good stuff, but then I think it kind of fell off around what PS2 era, and then
It was
I know
one
it had,
game.
It was
Breath
one
of
game.
Fire. What was the one?
Dragon
Was it
Water.
4 or 5?
It was a game that
It was Dragon.
It's 5.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I think they had like a mobile game or something that came out, and it
They
flopped. And it's funny because there's one dude on Twitter I see all the time. I want to throw this out here. He vouches for this series so hard. He's like, "Hey yo, and he was in the triple digits at one point. Hey yo, Capcom, where's my Breath of Fire collection?" I'm just like, I don't think you're gonna get
Oh
that
yeah, I know the guy you're
series.
talking about, and I ain't mad at him.
I ain't mad at him either. but-
Recently, they also Good Old Games. I believe they
I
try to
forgot
get
they
Breath
do
of
that
Fire
too.
4
Yeah,
on PC.
Man,
Did that
3
happen
and
already?
4,
I think they're trying to do. They do like the preservation and shit. They like get people to
Yeah,
like,
you
vote
can play the
games
games
they
on
want.
PC through Good Old Games.
Yeah,
At least they're
But
working
shout
on it.
out to them. But Breath of
Yeah.
Fire, man, you came, and then after like Breath of Fire 5 and that random game you had, you just
Man,
went. People
remember
still talk
playing
about you, but
I remember playing
You
Breath of
just
Fire
ain't
4. I
present.
freaking loved it.
Capcom turned Monster Hunter stories into their new Breath of Fire.
yeah,
Not
Yeah.
literally, but like
Yeah.
that's their single player JRPG. That's what it is now. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but it just had to make a point, man.
all right, Dark Souls.
All right. Let's be real
Ooh.
on this one. S.
Yes,
Let's be real. It's S.
because I mean, if we look at Elden Ring, that's just basically.
I
Hold
mean, the fact that
This ain't Elden Ring.
But I'm saying like that. That's like the basis. It's like the same.
It
thing.
is, but it ain't.
I mean, 3 was also still really loved. Like 3 was very popular.
Well, okay. Well, let me ask this then: are we ranking this based on the possibility of them making another Dark Souls, or are we like saying,
No,
are
the
we just
series is
talking
finished.
about the trilogy
Series is
just
finished
is
for
done? That's it.
Because we talking about just them 3.
That all comes to. It's all in the same thing. Because again, this is not a quality thing. This is a
popular.
popularity. And so to me, I'm like, a lot of the people that play Elden Ring, they don't know what a Dark Souls is.
Really?
Mm.
Not all of them, but I mean,
Well, in
Elden
his
Ring got
defense-
so popular, it became casual popular.
yeah.
So
I feel
that's
like-
you run into that issue where they like all they know is Elden Ring, and they don't even realize. Like me and Keem was talking about this the other day, where I said Elden Ring actually reuses a lot of animations from Dark Souls. People that buy that game, they don't know that.
I'd say at least.
I will
a.
say this: Dark Souls.
Well, yeah,
3,
that's A was where I was going.
A sounds about right. Dark Souls 3 specifically, like that was when it like blew up, like
People
huge.
love
Dark Souls
it.
1 gave it like the critical acclaim and the hardcore fan base. 2 was a little iffy. Bloodborne did its own thing, and then Dark Souls 3 came out, and that was like, it was like a big streamer game. It was like on every website. Everyone talked about it, and then like you don't get Elden Ring without Dark Souls 3. So I gotta say, I think A is about right. A should be about right.
I guess what I'm coming at is consider the influence. Like if we're talking about popularity and perception, is like, I mean,
So you're trying to
Soulsborne as a
argue
whole-
that it created the Souls-like genre.
I mean, in a
and
sense,
thus
like
They did.
TPS.
I mean, you could argue. Okay, you could make the argument that Demon Souls is the real creator of it, but if we're
could,
being
yeah.
real, Dark Souls is the series that really took that whole thing off. And yes, I mean, I know that Elden Ring is the superior version of the series, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of well. Actually, I'll tell you what. Let me ask you this: just are the other Souls games on this list?
Elden Ring, I didn't see on this list.
Okay.
So this is the only FromSoft representative, essentially.
I think so.
I kind of feel like that makes that S then, because if we're not factoring in Elden Ring and the other FromSoft games, like Dark Souls is way too influential for it to not be at the top. At least that's just my take.
I mean, if I had my way, this motherfucker wouldn't be on the list at all. So that's
I know.
Well, we know.
And it's not really a JRPG to me. Like when I play it, like if I said I need a new JRPG and someone recommended me a Dark Souls, I'd be like, I would just pause and then just repeat the question as if I didn't hear them at all. Digimon.
Ooh, this is. Hey,
I don't care that. Well, actually, hold on.
That new
game.
The news, yeah.
New one's very solid.
That
A
new
lot of
game
people like that over Pokemon.
People like
didn't
it
have
now.
like a high player base, like a Steam concurrent.
Yeah,
I think it like 70,000, 80,000
like 70, 75,000 off rip.
It's like minimum B, I'd say, for right now.
For sure.
I feel like Digimon is one of those series where people have always wanted to have a really good game, and they just been waiting on that moment.
Yeah, and I think this is it.
Yeah.
I played the old games as a kid, and I felt like the old games when I was younger,
5,000 is a lot.
Were always like on the precipice of being like good, and they never hit quite that, because it was always like you had a lot of sim elements to it. A lot of people were kind of turned off by that. Some people like that too. And I played like Digimon World 2, Digimon World 3. And I like those games. I played with my cousins. I remember have fun memories of playing Digimon World 2 specifically. And I remember enjoying them. But I do feel like it really took to now. And I will also give a shout out to like the era on like PS4 where and like late PS3, like when they started pushing more Digimon games out. And like we had the series before Time Strange. What was that called?
You took the Cyber Sleuth games.
Yeah, the Cyber Sleuth games. Like those games, although they weren't like the highest graphics, they weren't perfect. They were good enough. The kind of people kind of got that taste of Digimon again and led up to this, which is a resounding success for them on Time Stranger.
So shout out.
I can see a B tier.
Yeah,
I can see a B tier.
I feel like the problem with Digimon has always been that because it's Bandai Namco doing it, they're only going to do so much.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah.
I think B is good because we're at a good start. But if we see the next game is also a big hit, then I think we can start to maybe put it in A. Because this is like the first start. If they went to bed on the next game, it's like, y'all, come on now.
So this franchise, I feel like has fallen off, but I don't feel like it's fallen off to the point where it belongs with Arc the Lad and Breath of Fire.
No, because they just put out a game this year.
Yeah,
right. I feel like it's one of those, like, it's been consistent, but it has no impact anymore.
The PS2 Disgaea games, that was peak Disgaea. I think now it's not the same. I kind of feel like D for Disgaea is appropriate.
Right?
He might. Yeah. Let's get, all right.
It's a tactical RPG that I think people could sit down with, but I'll say this. It's popular enough with a certain section of people, but I think what gets people to not really run towards it is the numbers. That's what scares people on that game, because your characters can be borderline to level 10,000. Their stats can be in the millions, and that requires a lot of time doing what you can do in that game. And also, it's one of those self-aware comedy JRPGs too, especially from 3 going forward. It's extremely self-aware of what it is. So I think that scares people off of it. A lot of people like it for its silliness, and I think that's what keeps that group of people liking it. But there's a section of people that don't fuck with it.
Like Terrence said, during the PS2 era, it was like I would have put it in A. Yeah, because it was so like everybody talked about it, everybody liked
1 and 2 were awesome.
Yeah, Disgaea 1 and 2 were like games that were like high 80s, 90s.
Right,
very well received.
Man. And I'm not saying that again. You know, once more, we're not saying these games are bad. It's just the popularity just fell through the floor. And I don't know if it's because it's like NIS America, right?
Yeah, that's NIS America.
Yeah. I don't know if it's because NIS just stopped promoting them, or if people just stopped vibing with them as much. But I mean, like
that turn they took the 3D also kind of kicked them in the ass too when they went to 3D around. I think was it 6? They went to 3D, and a lot of people just like, I kind of don't like that. And I was just like, this might pull the rug from under this guy for real. And I think some people have warmed up to it by this point because we're at 7 complete, which is like the game plus all DLC. But that 3D change is what kind of got this guy a little down his list. That's what it is.
I'll also say real quick that I think because you now have better tactical RPGs out there, you have a lot of choice. I think that also impacts it as well, because just Disgaea isn't scoring as high as like your Unicorn Overlord or Triangle Strategy, like those kind of games. Like you just have better choices.
Expanded.
Yeah. Now that you mention it, Disgaea, when it originally came out, there weren't as many tactical games.
Yeah.
It was just Disgaea and like the Disgaea family, like Phantom Brave, and what was the other one? Monokemia.
Monokemia wasn't the strategy game.
No, it was it was turn-based. Yeah, it was along the same lines as Atelier.
Artonelco? Am I thinking?
Artonelco, no, that was turn-based as well.
It might just be Disgaea and Phantom Brave.
That's what it is. Phantom Brave. That's the other one.
It's Disgaea, Phantom Brave, and Soul Nomad. That's the other one.
Okay. Yeah, I don't even remember that one.
Deep cut there.
Soul Nomad is Shin Megami Tensei, right?
No. It's NIS America.
Oh, okay.
You're thinking of Soul Survivors.
Yes, Soul Survivor. That's what I was thinking. Yes.
Devil Survivor.
Devil Survivor. That's what it is. Devil Survivor.
Oh well,
because I'm a rider.
Dragon Quest.
It's Soul Hackers. That's what it is. Not okay. Never mind. Go ahead.
It's S tier.
Yeah.
And I can argue this easily.
Okay.
This is so easy.
Dragon Quest could easily be S tier, but I also feel like it's A tier.
No, it's S. I will have no arguments against this.
So are we? So this is an interesting case.
The previous game did well. The spinoffs do well. Monsters is still around. Builders did well. It has consistently put out some type of game or spinoff for like a decade. It is not as big in the West, but it's big everywhere else.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I feel like that's the thing.
Is where it's big.
And it's big.
Yeah.
It is big, bro. There's no denying that shit, bro. I'm not having it.
I mean,
I'm not having it.
It's that.
I'm not having. It's too much influence, bro. It's too much.
To use the classic phrase from a friend of ours, I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced. Like, I do think it can't go lower than A. So that's our baseline. We at A. And so now I'm like, because the argument for getting Dark Souls in the S tier was that motherfucker basically created a whole nother fucking genre of JRPG. Now, granted,
who created the genre?
Okay, what did I say at the start of this? When I said, I don't care about what happened 30, 40 years ago. I'm talking about what's going on now. Now, Dragon Quest 11 is regarded as one of the best JRPGs of the PS4 era. Quality wise, and if quality could save you, yet again, Trails would be an S. But I don't know, man. Like, because if that's the case, then Final Fantasy going in S.
That's a good point.
I mean,
I feel like Final Fantasy is falling on hard times a little bit.
Do you feel like Dragon Quest has fallen off, or it's just like it never hit the parallel? I don't feel like it fell off because the last game sold gangbusters.
I wouldn't. I would say no, it hasn't fallen off. But
it hasn't fallen off.
This is a weird one because it's like a flip perception in terms of the country.
If we were Japanese, it wouldn't even be an argument.
Yeah, if it was Japanese, it wouldn't be an argument.
Yeah.
But I feel like Final Fantasy is where Dragon Quest is here, and it's flipped in Japan. So it's kind of hard.
It always was like that.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
It's always been like that, really. So.
I'll tell you what the real teller would be: how well this next Dragon Quest game sells.
Yeah,
that's a big teller. Because I mean, the last HD game reviewed very well too, so it's not like a quality drop. Any negative reviews, like I said, the main games seem to still sell well. The last game sold gangbusters. The spinoffs seem to do well. Dragon Quest Builders did well.
Here's I guess what the discussion is.
Yeah.
And we have to change topics for a second.
Okay.
Mhm.
What would y'all say is the difference between S class and A class?
I think S is you're like when people think of JRPGs, they think of your series, whether they realize it or not. And I mean, I know technically with Souls you don't, but
you just gotta throw Dragon Quest and Final Fantasy and a bunch more in that bitch. I think I'm saying like if you don't really fuck with JRPGs, like you'll look at Atelier and be like, oh, one of those games. I'm not playing those. But I guess what I'm getting into is like the idea of like
games.
Yeah, like AAA JRPGs. Like I feel like Dragon Quest is right below Souls. Like people kind of look at it like, oh yeah, that might be cool. I might play that, but realistically, they're not gonna play it because it doesn't have the popularity of say, at least in the West, of say a Persona or a Final Fantasy. You know,
yeah.
Dragon Quest 8 was probably the first one that like blew up.
Yeah,
like in the PS2
there wasn't one that took it up.
Which is kind of what I mean by S. I feel like it's not necessarily like. I guess it'll. I feel like when we get to the end of this list, it'll kind of be a bit more self-explanatory than it is right now.
Right.
I think we'll see. We'll see.
It's also just weird because this alone is a niche genre for like the most casual gamer audience don't care.
It is niche
about
but like there are some games that break out of that niche, and either because of quality or because of like just popularity. They've broken out of that niche to the point like Elden Ring. That's why like that was basically Terrence's argument. Like, hey man, Dark Souls was the reason for Elden Ring, and Elden Ring is like, hey man, that's casual people play this even though it's a niche genre.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the reason why I said what I said also is just because since Dark Souls is the only representative of that on this list,
they don't have
that it kind of has to. It kind of carries the weight of all the others too. But to go back to Dragon Quest,
we're doing franchises anyway, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
Good point.
Kind of feel like I agree with Sage. I think A is where it's funny. I feel like if there was an A plus, Dragon Quest would be there. But I think since we're just doing not plus categories, I think Dragon Quest is an A. It's like at the top of A, I think.
I also agree with Terrence that like once the list is more filled out, you'll kind of be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's probably right.
Yeah.
Dragon Quest is, in terms of quality, again, it would be S because it's and say like if you looked at sales, it would be weird anyway because like a lot of these franchises don't sell that well. Like Devin said, the whole genre niche.
None of these games gonna be huge sellers.
I agree
outside of Dragon
King
Quest,
too.
it's a pretty big franchise now.
I see where King's coming from because I mean they're spitting out so many games. You got the 1 and 2 remake, the 3 remake, 7 come out of nowhere. 12 is still like
so. Like I would say like my argument was that like it's still able. It had a huge impact in the past, yes, but it has still maintained its relevance because Square Enix has done a good job of like spreading out the franchise in different ways, and they found successes in different areas, like the smaller remakes, the new remakes, the spin-off games. That's a big job for impact for me. I think it still maintains that. But I will say this: I don't necessarily agree that it's not S tier, but I'm okay with A. I think A is still fine.
It's one of the weird scenarios though, because like Mortal Kombat would be an S tier fighting game in America. But in Japan, they don't give a flip-flop about that game.
Yeah.
They don't give nothing
it's
about
like
it.
Dragon Quest is popular here, not as popular as in the East, but it's still up there. So
it's the king in the East.
Yeah.
I would agree if it was an S or A. I wouldn't mind it in either. But if everybody was clamoring to get these games,
yeah.
I may still shift it later. It just
that's the thing. Some of these can be shifted around as the list fills out.
Okay.
I mean, it's minimum A, so that's like
again, it's never going any lower than A.
Yeah.
No. You can't go lower than A. I agree with that.
All
right.
Drakengard.
That's definitely a falling off.
That's falling off. But my question also is this:
Drakengard is also Nier.
Thank you.
See, that's what I was going to ask. Is Nier on this list?
That's what I was about to ask. I was like, is Nier on this list as well as this?
So Nier's down there. Okay.
Yeah,
so
Drakengard is falling off.
It's once again the distinction where it's like if Elden Ring isn't on the list And Dark Souls,
it's got carried away the whole
we have
franchise.
to, it's F.
Yeah,
that game.
Drakengard is falling off, despite the fact that it does have a very proud little fan base of it, but it's not out in the front no more.
I mean, Nier Automata is the only game that really had any impact. All other games are very
what an impact it had.
Yeah.
Well, what an impact it had.
Yeah.
That game.
Because the thing is, Drakengard has always been weird, like very weird.
Yeah, very weird game. Giant babies and all kind of stuff.
Okay, I think it's safe to say Etrian Odyssey is D.
Yeah.
They still making it, because that's the other thing. With falling off, like they probably stopped making your shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's the difference between F and D. Like F, they not making your games no more. D, like, all right, man. We still making them. Nobody cares outside of the super hardcore.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I agree. Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah.
All right. Now, real argument.
I'm just gonna say
B.
it. A.
What's up?
Well, actually. Well,
okay. So
it's not.
I can't put Final Fantasy on the same level as
so-
Atelier and Digimon. That's a little too disrespectful.
Hold on. Well, yeah, it's definitely not that.
It's
Hold on.
not that.
Keen, what were you gonna say Final Fantasy was at?
I was thinking A. I think it was at S, and then kind of like, you ain't there no more.
That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Although, well,
hey,
so this is weird because it also depends on the entry. But then again, because I mean, Final
It's
Fantasy
also weird for
VII
games
2.
that have had so many entries.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was like one of the most critically acclaimed games of last year.
Yeah, it was.
And I mean, Final Fantasy 16
But
wasn't a slouch
sales-wise-
either, but sales-wise.
Yeah, they kind of.
Yeah.
But that's also
Sales-wise,
like
they kinda
Square's stupidity
But a lot of
for not putting it on multiple consoles. Go ahead, Will.
Yeah.
okay. All right. So the thing with Final Fantasy, especially as of right now, and y'all's already said the reason why they have they're hard headed. That's the best way I can describe Square Enix to a T, is that they're hard headed about certain things. And when it came to Final Fantasy VII, they were extremely hard headed about that. They put it out on the system that we know it's on, PS5, put it there, but it took them a minute to be like, hey, we need to go ahead and put that on PC. Nah, it should have been there at the same time that motherfucker came out on the PlayStation 5. Y'all could have seen the number go up, and y'all know their favorite phrase, did not meet expectations. So
So that a long time.
they've been saying that for so long. But with Final Fantasy, I'm gonna put it, for me personally, it would be at A. It would be right next to its brother, Dragon Quest. It would be right next to it, because yes, Final Fantasy, when you think of JRPGs, definitely it would have
If
been.
I'm not
S.
mistaken, Dragon
What?
Quest 11 might have outsold Final Fantasy 7.
I'm pretty sure it probably did. I wouldn't be surprised.
Dragon Quest
But
11 was huge, bro.
Dragon Quest, yeah, it was extremely huge. I won't deny that at all. But
You play it again too.
but Final Fantasy being at A just makes sense to me, because I'm not going to say it's on the same level as an Atelier or a Digimon or Bravely Default.
Nah.
But A tier is where it fits, because people talk about this game and this series on a regular basis. Now, I know I could break it down even further and say a lot of people are really talking about 7 a lot, because we still went on that last game to come out. But
Dragon Quest 11 S is over 8.5 million copies.
I mean, what more can you do?
I
agree with Will's logic. Like I
killed
agree.
it. Hey.
I think I pretty much agree with that. I would put Final Fantasy right behind Dragon Quest.
Right behind Dragon Quest.
You know what's weird? They in such a Final Fantasy in such a weird spot.
It is.
It is.
Because 7 Remake, it didn't sell crazy. Yeah, it sold. I think 7 Remake 1. So I think it might have hit 7 million.
That was also a
I don't know
pandemic game, so that helped as well.
Yeah.
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
know
it
what
was
Rebirth
so
sold, but it wasn't that. It was
It
like
was not that.
No.
2-3 million, somewhere up in there. But you know, like as Devin can attest, they put Final Fantasy and Magic, and it sold all of it times 10.
It sold, yeah,
Sure did.
so
So like the cultural impact is still there,
yeah,
but I don't know. Like people look at the games and they're like,
That's why I'm saying this is what we a B plus for. If we still at B plus, I put Final Fantasy B plus, because for me personally,
I put it at A plus.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
We talking about game wise.
Well, but that's what I'm getting at. Like, well, we talking about popularity. and like clearly there's still a popularity there. People went out and spent all of it on them fucking magic cards. Hell, and the magic cards might have cost more than the damn games did.
You know what we're also not factoring in? 14. 14 is still huge.
14 did very well.
14 is still huge.
Yeah. And they still getting stuff. And I think they just ended the story for.
I think A is just right.
I think A is right where it needs to be.
I know it's popular, but game wise, outside of like 14,
like I get what you're saying, Denver. I hear what you're saying.
The last week, 15 and 13 and 15, them was some rough ones. And that wasn't too long ago.
I know that
15 still sold incredibly well.
Yeah, 15.
But again, after they made changes, that should have been in there initially. They had some weird decisions. Yeah. Even for me, FF16 is a good game, but I don't want to play Devil May Cry. If I want to play Devil May Cry, I'll go play Devil May Cry. Like you'd use a full number title for a game that's an action RPG.
That
7 remake is 7 rebirth. I love though. Be fair.
Final Fantasy 16 should have been Final Fantasy : something of the something.
Yes, it should have been like Dirge,
which was the original plan.
Even like I love the remake. I actually like remake more than Rebirth because there was some things in Rebirth like I liked it, but there was some things I'm like there was some sketch stuff in there at times. And I'm FF7 my favorite game all the time, so I just gotta be real. But I mean I'd accept that because I mean with the magic thing that was popular, but that's also not necessarily the game. That's because people just love Final Fantasy. But as you see, people were buying these cards more than buying the games.
To be fair, trading cards are also in right now. So I mean, that's
trading cards are really.
But I mean, Final Fantasy was a whole other echelon. It made $200 million in one day. So that's a
God, dog.
Because at the end of the day, we talk about popularity, right?
Yeah,
but we're talking about popularity and perception. Yeah,
I mean, we talking about popularity and like I don't know what Square's problem is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But the Final Fantasy brand is still clearly popular.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy still got.
I was gonna say a lot of this is imposed by Square's business practices more and development practices more than their IPs.
Yeah,
that's why I was bringing up like with Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest has the benefit of being popular, and Square did good business. Right. They maintained the integrity of the IP this whole time somehow.
That's fair.
Even though they fucked up Final Fantasy so bad.
That's fair. I feel like I'll put it this way. I feel like if we were Japanese, Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest would be flipped on the list. But since we're not,
I feel like they both be at S.
Probably,
they probably
should both be at S. But I mean, like, I don't know, like, I'm not in Japan, so I couldn't tell you like just how strong. Because I mean, I don't think Final Fantasy got them commercials where they like show some kid going to buy Dragon Quest 3 or 2 or 1 or whatever it was.
That commercial was incredible.
He was a grown man and he was going to get Final Fantasy, not Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest 11 as an adult. You know, like that kind of stuff. I don't think they got no Final Fantasy commercials like that. So I don't know. All I can go off of is the perception that we have here in America. And here in America, Dragon Quest is one of the biggest JRPG brands. Final Fantasy outstrips that by being so popular that they could sell 200 million magic cards in a fucking day. I don't think Dragon Quest, if you did that, it's not selling those 200 million in a day.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think Dragon Quest hits more with the people who have the controller in their hands. Final Fantasy hits more with people who fuck with merchandise.
And
characters too. And characters too. I'll say
because like it has a lot of recognizable characters in Final Fantasy.
That's a good point.
Yeah, I don't know a single character from Dragon Quest.
Being like, I know Cloud, I know Tifa, I know this, I know
my do-rag protect for Dragon Quest 8.
Let me ask y'all this while we and then Dragon Quest also.
Actually, I like Dragon Quest 8.
It undercuts itself because all its protagonists are like silent. And it's supposed to be like player
right.
You know what? Bringing that up, I will say that is the difference between Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest is that in terms of actual characters, Final Fantasy has way more iconic characters. Dragon Quest, not so much.
Dragon Quest has some cool characters. They do good character writing, but it's not. They don't hit the iconic level. And I had another point that I forgot because we got all caught up.
Oh yeah, it's Final Fantasy, so it's understandable.
Yeah,
we should probably move on at this point before it gets too long.
That's what it is. I was gonna say Final Fantasy 7 probably will undercut some of those sales. Is the fact that they split that bitch up into 3 parts, And some people was like, man, I'm not buying 3 separate video games, bro. Get out of here. It feels like you're being ripped off, even if you're not. Fire Emblem.
Ooh,
This is an interesting one.
This is
Fire
one of the
Emblem
biggest
is a tough one
Nintendo
for
properties
me.
now.
Yeah.
I feel like it almost is an A because, like, man, it got once Fire Emblem Awakening came out, this franchise changed completely.
Three Houses was a revelation, was like a thing, like it was everywhere for a little bit.
Yeah,
I put it
wasn't.
this way:
Everybody
if
was
Atelier
playing
is
it,
in
too.
B, Fire Emblem is definitely an A. Because Fire
That's-
Emblem, Fire
that's
Emblem
fair,
is
yeah.
one of Nintendo's flagships right now. Like the perception of that series is completely different from what it was like 15 years ago. If you had
Right,
had, I'll put it this way: during like the GameCube era, people didn't know who the hell Marth was, but
I
now
was just about to say that too.
That thing that Terrence said, oh man, I don't know. Terrence said, hey man, once as the list fills out, it'll make more sense. And it just, I don't care. It just don't make no damn sense to see Dragon Quest Fire Emblem by each other. I'm sorry. It just don't make no damn sense. I'm sorry. Like, Fire Emblem is much bigger now, thank God, because I was a huge Fire Emblem fan growing up. But it's just not there. I guess because, like, Three Houses was everywhere, but then Engage came out and everybody was like, so. And I think the new game, will probably get us right back to Three Houses level popularity. But Dragon Quest just, it's at the same, it just keep hitting the same level of quality and popularity every time.
Yes.
I don't know, but we got to go back and talk about this falling off franchise.
Oh yeah, it fell off.
Yeah,
You know, I know it fell off. They did remakes of all the games. Ain't nobody talking.
well,
Yeah, Front Mission.
Does that qualify? Nah, this
To be-
guy is definitely more popular in Front Mission.
to be fair,
Yeah,
well,
this guy-
let's see. When did the new one come out?
They did 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, they did 1, 2, and 3, and I didn't hear nothing good about
Wait a
that.
minute,
one
am I
came
mixing
out
this up with another
2
series?
years ago.
Yes, this is the Mecha franchise. It's
Yeah,
like a
this is
turn based.
Mecha
It's like a
franchise.
strategy game.
Yeah.
What's the one
Yeah.
that FromSoft does?
Speaking of which, I didn't even play that.
You talking about
Armor Core.
That's what I'm thinking.
Core.
I'm sorry, I flipped them.
That's not even an
my
RPG.
bad. My bad. I flipped them. Yeah, you're right. From
Armor Core
Mission's
isn't even an
falling off.
RPG,
No, you're
so that
right.
wouldn't even. Yeah.
No, you're 100% right. It's falling off.
Speaking of falling off,
Go ahead and put
This
it on
is
there.
easy.
As much
Go
as
ahead
I
and
hate
put
it,
it
go
in
ahead
there,
and put it
bro.
on there.
Much as
Golden
Evil wanted
Sun,
that.
boy.
I
Good
mean,
memories of that
does
game.
Camelot even make games anymore?
They do.
Yeah, the
They
sports
do.
what
game.
they make
Yeah.
Mario
Tennis,
Tennis?
I
sports
think.
game.
Oh, that's right. They're doing the sports
Yeah.
games. And you know what? Those are far more popular than Golden Sun ever was. So
Yeah.
it is what it is.
Unfortunately. The next one is also
I've fallen off.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah.
hurts my soul to see it, but
Man, it's like a JRPG graveyard of so many different.
yeah.
I mean, that's why I stressed and will continue to stress. This ain't about quality. It's about
It's
just
about
where
where
you
they
are
are.
right now.
Okay.
And yeah, like a lot of these franchises, they
And
couldn't.
granted, it didn't make it off PS2, so
It
And
didn't.
and Harvest
Hell,
Moon.
a lot of franchises didn't make it off PS2.
It's
that-
still,
their
Harvest Moon
new
is still making it.
games.
Harvest
Story
Moon
of
is still
Seasons.
around. Story of Seasons.
D?
I
Or
would
C?
put.
Well, do we?
That's my-
So
there's
wait,
so many cozy
okay.
games
So when we
now,
talk about
farming
Harvest
games.
Moon, are we counting the other games? Or are we just talking about Harvest Moon?
Well, it's weird because Harvest Moon ain't Harvest Moon no more, right?
It's a story of seasons.
Yeah, Story of
Yeah.
Seasons. Right
Yeah, that's
now.
what I mean. Like, so do we count that transition or?
I mean,
I guess
as far
we
as
did
I'm
Dark Souls
concerned,
like this. I guess we.
as
probably
far as I'm
should.
concerned, Harvest Moon and Story of Seasons are the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
They-
because it was
they
like a
are, yeah.
legal.
I just
name
wanted to
thing,
establish
right?
that distinction. Devin's
It was-
right. Since
it
we
was-
did
yeah,
that for
somebody
Dark Souls.
different,
yeah.
it was the
Stole
two
the
different
Harvest
devs.
Moon name.
It was the two
Mm,
different
that's
devs
what
at
happened.
the time. That's why.
Yeah,
So
so
the games are basically the same.
Okay.
I'm not. I feel like Harvest Moon. I'm kind of blanked on because it never was my favorite franchise, and I also feel like what's that other series Nintendo has?
let's keep it a buck. Animal Crossing and
Animal Crossing.
Stardew Valley
Stardew
ate
Valley.
Harvest
Way
Moon's
bigger.
lunch a long time ago.
No,
Yeah.
I agree. I'd actually put it. It's still going, but is it as strong?
still
No,
going.
I think
No.
I'd put it at D.
It's
D
a-
is
I think
perfect.
D is all right for Harvest Moon.
Yeah, these. All right.
F.
Highlight.
I'm about to
man.
say, what is
Oh, I
that?
That is an old IP.
Oh,
buddy.
that's not falling off because I
Super
don't.
old.
That is beyond
Yeah.
falling off.
All right, look here, man.
This is an interesting
Look.
one.
The
They
parody
still
series.
make these.
They
very
definitely
much
still
do.
make.
Make
I don't give a damn.
Well,
Why are checking for Hyperdimension Neptunia?
I'm not gonna put that in falling off because it hasn't fallen off. It's just
Just put.
I-
I'll say D.
It's in-
I say
I'd
D.
say
If
D.
it's
It's in D.
If they're still making it, that's at least I guess a D.
It's,
At the very
it's
least.
still being made.
We gotta keep
It has that fan base behind it. People love those games because of the parody and whatnot, and it gets a lot of crossovers too. So people mess with it. It's just not a huge amount of people messing with it. So
this one finna be rough.
Kingdom Hearts.
It's up to y'all.
I feel like it's gotta be between B and C.
I feel like it's a B.
It's a B. And the only reason it's gonna be at
I'll
a
let
B
y'all argue that.
is the only reason I would put it at B is because while people love this series to the moon and back,
they do.
People talk about it still.
I'm scared to even put it on the screen.
People are still picking up 1 and 2 and even picking up 3 at this exact moment. The problem with this series is that there's such a gap between the latest games of the series.
Yeah.
That's the issue. It's taking too long to get the next one out. So while this game doesn't slide out of anyone's eyes or out of anyone's mouth, it still gets talked about.
I think it's supposed to be getting Lorcana.
And if you ain't convinced, Sage, tell me why.
I'll also say it gets plenty of side game. Well, I won't say plenty, but it does get side games. So
at one point it was plenty. It's just not anymore.
Yeah,
it sold 7 million, which is almost 7 million, which is a lot. Atelier sold we over here hyping up Atelier. Rise has sold 2 million copies, the trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And
Atelier,
I don't know.
Atelier might have to come down.
I mean, Atelier can come down if it has to. But I will say this about it is that Rise did revitalize it in its own way, and it's trying to keep that momentum going. But this is the thing.
Yeah. But let's keep it a stack.
The problem with
Atelier Hearts can't be on the same tier.
It probably can't. But I agree. What I was trying to say was that while it did get that revitalization, it's hitting the problem that a later series we're gonna see has. Ryza is the milk cow of the series right now. No pun intended. So yeah.
And Kingdom Hearts, they keep spitting out collections and people keep buying them. Like it's like the story so far.
Well, that's population and perception, right there. Oh, population.
We gotta get back to Sora is one of the most iconic characters. Like, think about how people
and he was in Smash Brothers. So
when they put Sora in Smash Brothers, that's where I was going.
He was the last.
Yeah, people lost their mind. So I would. It's like again, this is popular. I say A, but like Keem said, it's just Will said, it's such a gap. And then the last main game was kind of You take the final basic characters out.
Let me tell you something about gaps. It's a gap between Elder Scrolls 5 and Elder Scrolls 6.
I mean,
it's a gap between GTA 5 and GTA 6. And guess what? People still I can't wait for the next GTA. I can't wait for the next Elder Scrolls.
That's true.
Guess what?
And people wait for Kingdom Hearts 4.
I was just about to say, people still, even though they it's not quite an abusive relationship, but it is it's a neglectful relationship.
I'd put it at the bottom of A.
Yeah, I say A. Because I think there's been some whispers that it could potentially at some point get in Lorcana, and I'm sure if Kingdom Hearts made it into a card game, it would be the equivalent of Final Fantasy for Lorcana.
Look here, man.
What was the last Doc Hack game?
That's
PS3.
Doc Hack game.
And the fact that you have to ask that question.
Yeah,
it's PS3.
They
did a re-release of and added content to one of the games. One of the games.
Let's go.
One of the series.
It was Dot Hack GU. It was called Dot Hack GU Last Recode, I think, and it had all of the Dot Hack GU games. If you try,
when did that come out?
That was, I forgot what year that was.
3 years ago? 4 years ago?
I do remember that just because what happened.
If you had a new collection, I gotta give you.
Yeah, that was a little long. It was because I've had that.
Yeah, I actually own it.
Yeah.
I actually own it. Saw my Steam
That was
deck.
2017.
Yeah.
Oh, was that long ago?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Bro, I thought that came out 2020.
No, that was Dot Hack GU Last Recode has a collection of them.
Yeah, so that's been.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that game is falling off.
I don't even feel like that franchise I don't even see it coming back.
And then on top of that, the original series, if you even remotely trying to play that, you know what you're gonna have to do because you're not getting them last two out of that series. You're gonna have to come off of a good $300 if you're trying to play them.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna mention is that those games, up until they released that collection, those games were stupidly expensive because they were just so rare.
Where is Mana going?
Mana with
Mana, I feel like, is a C, I would say, because
Yeah.
what you have Secret of Mana and you have Trials of Mana, Vision.
Trials of Mana,
Vision. They did a remake of the second Mana game, so they did hella remakes.
They came. I mean,
they did Secret.
So Square is in a Square. I don't know. Like they did some
thing.
managerial changes over there recently, but Square is a weird company where like if there's someone high up enough that's willing to champion a series, they'll be like, yeah, we'll make another one. Sales, fuck it, we'll figure it out. I don't know if they still are that company, but they have been that company for a long time. Having said that, they made Visions, and then immediately right after the studio, right after that game came out, the studio closed down. So I'll be
No, it wasn't even right after. It was like the day of, wasn't it?
The day of,
almost like the day of.
That was crazy. So
they didn't even wait the game so well. They was
didn't have it so well. Now they were gone.
Yeah. I'm gonna say C.
I'm willing to put Mana.
I think C. I mean, I think it being right alongside Bravely Default, I think that's valid.
Because
that feels right.
Those games are kind of beloved in their own little way.
Yeah. I'm gonna let y'all speak for this one.
Mario and Luigi.
So
like Superstar Saga.
I think so. You had
I can't speak for that because I didn't play none of those games, so I'm gonna shut my mouth.
So I'll say that I would put that last game, it didn't
do that well.
It didn't do that well critically. I don't know about sales numbers, but critically it didn't do that well. I think it's not at the high they used to be. Because I will say that those first 3 games, like bangers, like critically acclaimed and everything. But that last game did not do that series justice. Wait, hold on. Actually, let me ask this, because we kind of have to do this along with the other ones we talked about.
It is a Mario.
Is Paper Mario on this list?
Oh, that makes a big difference.
Yes,
it is.
Okay, Mario and Luigi can go into, I'd say D. I almost want to put it in D tier. Can you do me a favor real quick, Sage? Can you look up how much the last game sold?
1.94 as of March 25th.
C.
2 million copies. Yeah, that's about right.
I think that's a D tier.
You think Atelier is the trilogy sold 2 million, and everybody was like, "This is a massive success."
Yeah, because that series.
I guess because
that's for Atelier. This is for Mario.
This for Mario.
Then again, Mario and Luigi feels like it's still like a lower budget game.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. If we was really being honest about it, being a Mario game should put it in S tier because Mario is one of the most popular video game characters of all time. But the Mario and Luigi brand itself is just not that powerful. Yeah. Still, I think it's powerful enough to put it above Disgaea and Etrian Odyssey and Harvest Moon and them.
We could put it at the tail end of C. That's fine. I'll put it this way. If this was 2000s, 2010s Mario and Luigi, it would be no lower than a B. No, it'd probably be A. But based on that last game that came out, I can't put it high.
I did enjoy Superstar Saga when I was a kid. I ain't gonna lie.
Superstar Saga. I played the shit out of that.
And I played this game for like 30 minutes once. And I feel like
Medabots, it fell off.
I mean, Medabots has a whole.
Yeah, I forgot. So in Japan, they had a long series of role-playing games on the Medabots.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
I played a translated one. I played a translated one. I'm lying. I played it for more than 30 minutes. I played it for like a couple hours. It felt a little grindy for me, so I kind of bounced out. But yeah, I mean, like they haven't made a new one. I think I looked this up in like a decade or something like that, maybe more. So
I forgot this game even had RPGs. Every time I see Medabots, I'm associated with the Smash like game platform.
It was pretty much. It was at a point where any of those like collectible like monster style games, they were all pretty much just Pokemon adjacents in some way.
They were.
Because I remember like, what was it, the Game Boy Color? I think there was a Medabots game, and they even had the different versions where it was like the Medaby version and the
Rokushu,
whatever my man's name was.
Whatever his name is.
Rokusho.
That was his name. Rokusho. Yeah.
I didn't really watch Medabots like that.
I did.
Mega Man Battle Network just had a re-release of its entire collection for that series and the Star whatever, which is basically the next version of Battle Network.
Yeah, Star Force. I can't put that any lower than C. I don't think it's quite at Atelier's popularity.
It had more impact than you would think because of so many games now are mimicking its battle system.
That is true.
I am seeing it like
true.
crazy on the indie markets, like all the time. So I think C is about right.
It's one of those things where it just continues to beg the question, like Capcom. Where's
if
another
Capcom
Mega
made
Man?
a second one, I would instantly, depending on how it performed. If Capcom made a new one, I would instantly put it in B because it is the Mega Man franchise is still, that name still has some power, at least among older fans and shit. So,
do you all think we would get a
Shin
new
Megami Tensei?
Battle Network over?
Where's not Shin Megami Tensei? We in M's.
Traditional Mega Man game.
That's
Oh,
the
no,
case,
no,
not
Tensei.
traditional. I'm
That's
sorry.
Megami Tensei then. So
Battle Network over Legends. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
okay.
Yeah, they only made 2 Legends
what's on
games.
y'all?
I feel like they should do.
They made like 8.
Okay,
That is
so
Shin
we're-
Megami
Battle Network.
Tensei, isn't it?
Oh, it is okay.
No. This is the old logo for Megami Tensei. Is there an SMT
Oh,
logo further
it's
down?
the Megami. Yeah, I was gonna say because I recognize that font. I know
There
that that's.
isn't.
Yeah. Okay.
I hate
So
to say
all
it,
they have is
but
Persona as a separate one.
I will say this: if we're gonna do that, should we treat that as Shin Megami Tensei or no?
Let's
Because
just
if
say
we
the
don't-
Megaten franchise.
Yeah, Megaten. I think that's
Yeah.
probably what we're going.
It
with.
does
We
have
go
its
Let's
own-
just say the
Megaten,
Megaten franchise.
Yeah,
Which is huge.
Yeah, it is
It's
huge.
ridiculously
Which
big.
I mean,
Megaten. It's huge.
so here's the thing.
I'm becoming more and more convinced that Atelier needs to be downgraded to C tier because it's I would not say. Would you put Megaten on the level of Kingdom Hearts?
No,
Nah,
I wouldn't.
Nah.
I wouldn't.
I wouldn't, because the thing that scares people off of SMT is difficulty and making
Yeah.
choices. People don't like that for some reason. They're scared of it.
But B
Megaten-
feels
Megaten are more like hardcore dungeon crawler style RPGs, and that is going to appeal to the niche of the niche that is JRPG.
Yeah, it's gonna appeal to a specific demographic.
Yeah.
But people do like the series, and I'll always tell people SMT4 is an amazing entry point. Get your ass up.
Five
to
was
and
pretty
5 is great
popular,
too.
right?
5
Yeah,
when
5
they
is pretty
re-released it, like that's the
re-released
thing
it,
with
I thought
Vengeance.
about getting that one.
5.
The
I have
PlayStation.
5 when they put 5 on everything. I mean the re-release of it I think was even better than the original.
Yeah,
So
it was. It even
people like
reviewed
it.
better.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
reviewed
reviewed
better.
too.
I'd put Megaten in the
I'll
top
go
of
take
B.
it.
I honestly would.
Yeah.
Megaten
feels
is probably
right.
I mean,
great,
I'll be
but-
honest with you, Terrence. I have not been doing it that way. I've just been putting them wherever, and there's no order.
I got you.
Yeah,
But
no.
this is the first time I felt like it was important to say, like, this is near the top of that tier list.
Yeah, it's one of those things where with these tier lists, when you start getting to like the higher levels, it kind of helps to put them in the
Start
order that you think they
rearranging
fall,
things.
just to kind of give you a
Yeah.
better idea of the ranking.
Which
I mean, when
to
you're at
that-
like C, D, and F, that
Yeah,
doesn't
but
matter.
Kingdom
Nobody
Hearts would be
cares.
over fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you down in C, D, and F, you the E. But when you get to B,
Man,
A, and
I-
S, you like, hey,
What's up, Doc?
with Kingdom
What's
Hearts,
up?
I'm like, does it belong at the top of A?
I don't think I would put it
Motherfucker
over
is-
Dragon
I don't-
Quest.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
put
that's
those
fair,
Dragon
yeah,
Quest
that's
at all.
fair. I
Yeah, I
got
wouldn't do that.
Yeah.
I will say they put a Dragon Quest. Didn't he put a Dragon Quest character in
Oh,
Smash?
They did, yeah.
And everybody
He
was like,
not-
who the fuck
put
is
people
the
did
that?
not.
hero.
People did not clamor over him like they did.
Well,
for.
The problem is the character they put in there was the hero.
Just hero.
Yeah.
That's
No,
what I was gonna say. The
Yeah.
thing is, like, the characters aren't like really fully
not iconic.
realized. Yeah.
No.
Well, I mean, like what's the dude? Keen would know
Scared as I
this.
come.
The gay dude in Dragon Quest 11.
I always get his name wrong.
I know who
But it
you
was
it
like you
so
talking
glad as
about.
I hadn't even played 11, but I know
He
exactly
was-
who you talking about.
He was pretty
He
memorable.
had a fully rounded character arc, all that stuff. But I mean, like
Man, shoot.
they really are doing themselves a disservice, and I think a
Angelo
lot of
from
games,
Dragon Quest 8. That's one of my favorite characters in any JRPG.
they doing themselves a disservice
Angelo
with
was
these
cool.
heroes that just have no voice and like they don't have no dialogue. They just, I understand not having a voice, kind of, sort of, but not having dialogue. Like, hey man,
Like, what
You know what's
man.
weird? East is a very much a series that did that, and even now he's starting to get like Sylvando, the character. Remember?
That's it.
I was trying to find
man.
it.
Even he's starting to get voice lines in games now. Like they're adding voiceover to Adol like a little
Yeah,
bit
Adol.
in every game now. Like
Gotta give him
pushing toward
something.
more voice acting.
Hey man, Link said I ain't got them problems. I don't have to talk, and I'm still one of the most popular characters in video games.
Metal Max. I forgot about.
I
this.
actually
just
know
made a Metal
nothing
Max
about
not too
this.
long
I don't
ago,
know
I
what the
think.
hell Metal Max.
2020 was the last one, I believe.
Didn't
on PS4.
Metamax had something recently?
Yeah.
I totally forgot about this franchise.
Because I always used to see this
2020 was-
franchise,
Yeah.
but I never knew like what it was really about.
By definition, it's got to be above F because they made a new one not too long ago. So
put D.
So just D.
yeah.
I guess so.
And that's probably
Because I'm looking at this and apparently this thing has had errors. And
There's some RPGs you wouldn't even realize have like long histories.
Yeah, because like Metal Max apparently has a Side Games error right now because Side Games has the IP. for it.
Regular Monster Hunter?
This is an interesting one. Why is this even
if
on
we're
the
just
list?
talking about Monster Hunter as a whole,
If we talking about
It
Monster
has to
Hunter
be
as a
I
whole,
kind of that
it's
has
up
to be
there.
at least A.
That got
at least
A.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
no. I mean, I'm trying to.
He's trying to scroll
okay.
up
He gotta get
because
up the
our
list.
list is starting to get a lot of
Yeah.
pretty big.
We started
it
getting
is
a lot of
kinda
stuff
big.
on the list, and then on top
Yeah,
of that,
because
these
unfortunately we
logos
got
are
JRPG
large.
Graveyard.
Yeah. See,
What
that
else?
makes sense to me. I think that actually justifies where Megaten is because I would not put Megaten on the level of Monster Hunter.
At
Right.
all.
No.
Yeah.
With that being said, though,
Ooh.
probably got to be.
It's
top
gotten
of A,
it's
right?
gotten there.
Ooh.
It
It's
has
starting to
gotten
get there.
Wild
Ooh.
is huge, or what? World was huge.
Yeah.
World was huge.
In fact, World
It-
is like Capcom's best-selling game of all time.
Correct.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Damn.
yeah.
It's like World and
Monster Hunter
and
was
Resident Evil 7.
crazy.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. This is another one of those
LS?
cases where if this was a Japanese list, I think Monster Hunter might go up in S.
I can see it going.
I'm
there. That's not very
sitting
hard.
here wondering if it belongs to S here.
I am not gonna lie to you. Its impact is huge. It's
The impact is
still
huge.
it's definitely huge right now,
Mm.
relevant wise.
I know people
That's not-
had it was some.
That's not
some
a fight for me.
backlash.
I'm like, it go to S. I ain't.
I swear.
I'm
That
actually
wasn't
kinda-
always good, though.
I mean, this game sold all of it outside of the games that it's compared to. It sold like years above what all those sold. So
I put it this
Wild
way:
sold
they
10
have
million in
Monster
the
Hunter
first month.
cafes in Japan.
In the first month. Look
yeah,
at it.
if you have someone
Not just that,
has-
just
yeah.
like there's so many people like playing it, and like I just know like
And people coming back
even in
right
my
now,
own
too.
friend base, I know a lot of people who like love this. My little brother is a big fan of this franchise.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. I think S is fine.
It's fits.
It's-
Monster
If
Hunter.
it wasn't
I
for
definitely-
World, we'd have a different conversation. That shit changed that franchise forever.
It did. Like
Yeah,
it was a
it did.
time, and once again, like sometimes you gotta ignore traditionalists because I can remember a time where there was visceral argument where people was like they should just put Monster Hunter on proper consoles instead of on like
I remember that.
Hey.
leaving it trapped on
Handhelds.
3DS.
I remember
And
that.
when it was trapped on 3DS, it was like a niche franchise in America. It was obviously still huge in Japan, but it was niche in the West. And then as soon as they made that bitch like console game, PS4, and worldwide, like boom, blew up. Like sometimes you gotta ignore traditionalists, like they don't know what
They
the
just
fuck they're
go.
talking about. They just want it the way that it's always been.
Right.
Fair enough.
I mean, that's fair.
All right.
Monster
I mean, come
Well,
on,
we
man.
know-
know-
From one
we
month to
know.
another.
Yeah.
Now, Mother is interesting to me, and it's interesting to me because like I'm really big into the indie JRPG movement. Mother, the franchise itself, was not huge over here,
Inspiration
It
of it
was.
though.
but the
Inspirational,
shit
though?
it influenced is utterly ridiculous. Its influence is felt even to this day in games. Like
I will
Yeah.
say that it is
Influence
one
some
of
people.
the bigger, what's the word I'm looking for? Cult favorites.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Like
Is
people be
the
begging for
definition of
Mother
a cult
3.
classic. Yeah.
Even
it's like
now.
a big cult classic JRPG, definitely.
So off the strength of that alone, it can't go in F.
Yeah,
Even
it's
though they
not
haven't made a new
huge
one in
thing,
forever.
though.
right.
So I can't put it like at a high level either. So maybe like D or C.
Yeah.
I mean,
somewhere-
this is
it's
another one of those
somewhere in
cases
say
where
B.
if we go back to what we've argued before, has it had a new franchise? I mean not a new franchise,
Yeah,
a
that's
new
true.
entry.
A new game.
Has
has
there
not.
been a new Mother? Like,
the- No, that hasn't.
No, they did like a re-release in the 2010s of one of them.
I'll put it this way: like you
I
said,
did a
Joaquin,
re-release of
there
Earthbound
are far
0.
more spiritual successors than there are
Yeah.
actual games in the Mother
Earthbound games,
franchise.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't say that about Breath of Fire or Well, I can't say that about Drakengard. I can't say that about Medabots and Dot Hack. Like they ain't
Not
really
really.
inspiring nobody to do nothing. Like They just franchises that came out. Kingsfield, people say Kingsfield is like the spiritual, like Dark Souls is the spiritual successor to Kingsfield. I've heard that before.
A little bit, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. I can see that. I actually played a Kingsfield like last year.
That hard and fast rule makes me feel uncomfortable about Mother because it just shouldn't be here. But
here's my thing: if Nintendo treated the franchise with more respect and actually, first
Nier
off, if they released Mother 3, gave it a Western localization, then I'd put it higher. But the fact that Nintendo want to be like, you know what? Nah, we ain't gonna do nothing for Mother. I mean, if they gonna disrespect it, why should I respect it?
I can agree with that because it's crazy. Because the last thing I seen about Mother was someone had celebrated that the dude who had translated it and put it out was like, "Hey, thanks to this dude here and his team for putting this game out because it's clear Nintendo don't give a fuck about it." So
I gotta say this, Sage. Looking at Nier, it is just crazy to see where this franchise ended up because I played the original Nier. And I loved it. But even when I was playing, I was like, this is incredibly niche. Everything about this game is experimental.
So. Yeah.
Storytelling experimental. The combat's experimental. Boss fights, like, even as I was playing, I like this, but no one will ever play this. Yeah, I was thinking as I played it. And then Automata came out and changed fucking everything about it. That's pretty cool to see. Yeah, I was back on Platinum, man. That was it puts a smile on my face to see that franchise, as niche as it was, found the big fandom and popularity. I never thought that would happen.
And it stuck with people.
If I had made this list a few years earlier, I might have put it in S tier because Automata was so, it was everywhere. It became just like this.
It crossed over.
It became one of those crossover casual games where people will try it even though they don't necessarily fuck with JRPGs. So
my only concern is, since we haven't, I mean, obviously they re-released the first one, but we haven't had a new Nier. And is it going to hit the same high that Automata did? Is the question.
Unless you count the phone game,
Yeah, and a lot of people.
Is it going to be as good?
Oh, that's a good question.
She's also made it into 2 fighting games, so that sells a lot too.
She has.
She went to Soul Calibur
recently too.
They put 2B everywhere for sure.
2B.
They were spamming her like they were Gerard.
Like it or not.
They definitely
were. Ogre Battle is in a weird spot because they haven't made a new Ogre Battle in forever. But
they did a re-release. They re-release of.
They remade it.
No, that's Tactics Ogre. You thinking about?
Kind of, sort of. Tactics Ogre and Ogre Battle are the same thing.
Yeah, I was.
They're in the same universe.
Yeah. I guess a D tier because it's like that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. D tier had to be it.
And then they did googly squat with that franchise for 20 years.
Yep.
Because the last thing that really came out for Ogre Battle was what?
Paper Mario.
Why do
y'all feel?
Yeah,
B feels right.
B feels right. I
put
definitely
consistently put those out.
Yeah.
They consistent with those.
Yeah.
The old Mario Luigi's though.
Parasite Eve.
That's another. Okay, look. You know what? It being beside Mother is fitting because it's one of those franchises where why haven't they done another one?
There's some rights things with Parasite Eve, I believe.
Yeah, because it's a novel too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And Square didn't have the rights to the novel, so. In fact, I think Third Birthday was a Parasite Eve sequel, but they couldn't call it Parasite Eve.
Yeah.
Isn't there a new game?
There's
you talking about Parasite
to play like it?
There's
you talking about
Parasite Eve knockoff.
Yeah.
What's it called?
I forgot Parasite. It was called Parasite something.
Parasite, yeah, because one of you posted in the Discord.
It might have been me, and if not, it might have been King.
Yeah, it was a spiritual successor.
Parasite
Someone
Mutant.
made
Parasite Mutant.
It's like a spiritual successor to Parasite Eve, obviously mimicking the combat system, the tone, everything about it, really.
Yep.
So I was like, wow. Some people fans take it to their own hands. That's gotta be S.
S. I mean,
what is we talking about going S?
That's where it's at. They earned it.
Yeah, I put it above Final Fantasy. I would, just because that it's crazy. When I played 3 on the PS2, I was like, man, I need to go out and check out the other ones. And then I went and played. I didn't beat 2, but it's just so interesting seeing how different 2 is from 3. And you have people that are inspired more by 3 and 4, and then you have those subsection of people that are more inspired by
1
2.
and 2 better.
Because there's a game coming out, Demon Schools, which is inspired by 1 and 2 more than the later entries. So it's kind of interesting how like certain entries have spun off like their own inspiration.
Right. Yeah, the overwhelming fan base probably had never played 1 and 2 because they have a very different tone.
Have not.
About to drag
hugely different tone of 3, 4, and 5.
About to drag something that I really like, but the S tier for me is undergoing the kind of funny test. Like I love kind of funny, but they're super casual when it comes to JRPGs. And so like I'm like, can I see them playing this franchise? That's what decides whether or not it goes in S. And so like Dark Souls, I've seen them play Dark Souls or Elden Ring. I've seen them play Monster Hunter. I've seen them, they obsess over Persona and Final Fantasy, and Kingdom Hearts gets a lot of love from them. The rest of these franchises, man, they won't go near. Well, Nier actually gets a lot of love. Automata gets a lot of love from them. So another borderline S. Like I said, if it was a few years ago, I'd have put it in S. Fire Emblem, they won't go near it. Dragon Quest, they won't go near it. And that's what and like those are people that play a lot of video games, but they're not JRPG fans. And that's really what's deciding for me, like S tier, like the people that play video games, but they don't love JRPGs. And it's like, all right, Dragon Quest, like, even though it's a great franchise, like a lot of people won't go near it because it's like, oh man, it's too much of a JRPG. It hadn't broken out of that casual mold. Does that make sense to y'all?
No, that makes sense to me. I agree. I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah. Although the last game was the best selling in the franchise. They're getting close.
It's getting close. Again, and Keem is right. Keem is 100% right about that Dragon Quest 12. What does that do? When that comes out, how is it received? How does it sell? What does it become? If it becomes the Twitch game of the month where everybody's playing it, then it would have graduated in the S class for me. So now, when do we see Dragon Quest 12? Fuck if I know. Shit, they done remade 1, 2, 3, and 7.
And 7.
Bro, that's a fourth of your franchise.
All I know is once that 8 remake come out, y'all ain't gonna see me. Y'all ain't gonna see me.
They might as well. Remake 8 and 9. Shit.
I would play. Yeah, they need to remake 9. Do some new stuff with it. It needs to be tweaked if they want to make.
All right, Will. Where does Phantasy Star go?
Oh man. Okay, so I gotta ask this question here.
Are you including online?
Yes. Are we including online in this?
Yeah, but think so, we in the West. We in the West. So where does Phantasy Star go, even with online in the West?
Yeah. Okay. Online was online 1 was a big fucking game at the time. But
let's get it right. Let's get it right. With online in the West, as Sage has said, I would put it at the bottom of D because there are people still playing it, people still like it. But the problem that would probably put it into the F tier for me is simply for the fact that at this point, that game is nothing but a fashion simulator for people to just sit in there AFK and chat with folks. Like Phantasy Star Online 2 NG has literally just become a big collab machine at this point. It's a bunch of collabs, a bunch of fashion. People are doing the quest and getting done and then going back to the hub and just sitting and talking. That's it. Like no one's really even talking about this game like that.
I want to congratulate you for being even-handed and fair, but you've been a little too even-handed. You sit at the bottom of D. Let's go ahead and put that at C. Like as you was explaining it,
it's bigger than these.
I started looking at D. I said, hell no, it's definitely bigger than all of those.
I mean, it's bigger than those, bro. I'm just looking at it from my lens.
I can see I can put it up there. I think that's reasonable.
I just need. I want to see another mainline one, maybe if they could get around to it, maybe. Because I mean,
what would that look like
right now?
That's a good question, Will. What would regular Phantasy Star RPG look like now?
Well,
what would that look like?
Star
I was told. I read one time because I know none of us have played the Phantasy Star games.
I have.
Have y'all beaten them?
I played Phantasy Star 1.
I played the older ones. I don't
when I was a kid, though.
Old ones,
but I'm going back to these games. So.
I read somewhere that Phantasy Star kind of had a story, like a through line, maybe not a connected story, but like a through line. And Phantasy Star 4 kind of wrapped up everything.
Oh, okay.
So the question is, what if they just should they make a new one or should they remake the OGs?
Well, with the popularity of remakes right now, they might jump on that
bandwagon. They could jump on the bandwagon of that. And I don't know how they would. I'm trying to think of how they would go about doing that because they have remade the first couple games on PS2 in the Sega Ages collection. So yeah, I'm not.
I
sure.
had no idea there were remakes on PS2. That's crazy.
Yeah, they are. I actually found it out myself, and I was
What?
like, oh,
Look that up.
okay.
Pokemon is S. We ain't even
Biggest
gotta,
IP in the world.
We're not
Yeah.
gonna
So,
waste
yeah.
a lot of time.
We ain't
talking
gotta talk about
other
it.
shit.
We ain't gotta talk about it.
It's just S.
biggest IP in the fucking world, which is
You know?
still
It
crazy. to
has
think
some of the most
Japanese
iconic characters of all
RPG
time.
series.
So I mean, yeah.
It's the biggest IP in the world.
We ain't gotta talk about it.
That's
Pokemon.
Ooh, Rune Factory.
Rune Factory is an interesting one.
They still making them.
They still
They
making
definitely
them.
still making them. I
We just got
don't
a
think
new
they're
one, didn't
a
we?
big franchise.
Yeah, there was
They
that one
did.
that came out on Switch too, right?
Guardians of Azuma, right?
With the two protagonists?
Yeah.
With the two
Yeah,
programs. We just got
I remember that. I remember that.
It's above Mega Man Battle Network for sure.
Yeah. We just got that new one, so I was just like, well,
Like
it's
CC.
still around.
Yeah.
I can see soon.
Okay.
They've been consistently making them for a while. Saga. Now Saga's in an interesting spot
Saga is such a funny spot. It's weird.
because it's like actively being revitalized.
Yes, it is. If I had to put it somewhere, I would.
The whole franchise is playable now on pretty much everything.
Yeah, it's practically right here in front of you to grab on everything modern.
But it's not big enough to like.
Me,
It's not big enough to be like A tier yet.
I would put it closer to like. It's at C, but I feel like it could be B.
But feels right.
Because 2, the remake of 2 did very well. People picked up on the series at that game, and I'm just like, good, because I highly recommend 2.
Sage, what you looking at?
2 and
I'm
3.
looking at the sales
of the total franchise,
just in general.
Oh, okay, because I like the Saga series, man. The Saga series is great.
Lifetime.
10 million lifetime?
Yeah.
For some series, that's really good.
That's really I mean, honestly, for Saga, that's great because they keep pushing them out regardless of the budget.
And that was as of 6 years ago, so it's probably much higher than that now.
Okay. All right, then.
Because I imagine like the new that remake of 2, that game was really good.
And we just got the remaster of Saga Frontier 2.
So maybe like a low B?
I would say like probably middle
I'm
of
still
C
thinking C.
or
Top of C? Okay.
C feels right.
Okay.
It's like ascending.
Yeah,
like
ascending because it was dead for a while, and now it's kind of breaking through.
Speaking of dead,
all right, I was gonna say let's just go ahead. It's F. I mean,
My
Shadow Hearts is great, but I mean it hasn't had a new entry since the PS2. The last one was From the New World, right?
Yeah, from
Stop making pachinko machines, you bastards, and make a video game.
Yeah.
How you do my niggas like that,
Yeah.
man?
The Shining franchise.
They made us
Resident saved them
from
F. Does Resident save them from
F?
F?
I don't think nobody's, unless you like a hardcore RPG fan and you loved it, nobody really looking for Shining, man.
Hell, even hardcore RPG fan, you gotta be the hardcore to play Resident.
You gotta be digging for these.
Because it
you probably say Shining, and most people are like, what? Shining what? Shining Wizard?
Shining the movie.
The Shining, yeah.
The Shining.
Ooh, Star Ocean. So this is me. So this definitely me and Sage got to talk about this because we play most of these.
So it's not an F.
No.
And
it's not making them. I feel like it's a C.
It does feel like a C.
I'll let you
see.
C
feels right.
On this one.
The most recent game was decent. If that most recent game was as trash as the game before,
after
that should D.
Would y'all say it just went down? Maybe.
Well, here's the thing. Star Ocean 2, the little remake they did.
That was good. I like that one. So
that was well received. People like that.
That's a good point.
I did play it. It was great. And I actually
would say
C.
5. I say C.
Oh, excuse me, not 5. Excuse me. Because 6.
Because after 3, it kind of went down. It kind of came back up at 6 a little bit, and then this remake was. So I say C.
C feels about right.
Yeah.
I can't put it above Digimon because Digimon.
I can't either.
The strength of that new game is just too powerful right now. Like,
right.
And also, if you ask the average person, have you heard of Digimon versus Star Ocean? Like,
they're gonna know Digimon
way over Star Ocean.
Suikoden.
Another one for you. Talk
it's
about
a hard one.
Talk about it.
It ain't even.
It just had a remaster of his first 2 games, so that's eligible for D.
That's definitely eligible for that.
They got Starleap coming out.
Oh yeah,
and also the Suikoden 2 anime coming out. So there's a lot.
Oh yeah, that is coming out. So there's a lot.
Yeah,
the franchise isn't on. It's doing better than Wild Arms
It's not on
Better
ice
than WoW.
right now. That's the better way to put it. Suikoden really ain't on ice right now.
Yeah. Suikoden is all right.
It's NC for sure. Where does it go higher than Mario and Luigi? I can't say that. I feel like
I can't say that.
right?
I don't think it's higher than Mario and Luigi.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I think
I
that's
mean,
about
it-
right.
Would it? I don't know. I was gonna say, would it be higher than Phantasy Star then?
No, because I you know what I would need to know what's
What's
the
up?
concurrent players for New Genesis.
That's a very good question.
Oh,
Shit.
now? Probably
Yeah.
like 30,000, 20,000.
Nah, I
That's
wouldn't say
high.
that now. Hold on.
I'm about to say that's
I was
a
gonna say,
lot of
like,
people.
Because I mean,
I'm
Will did
including
say,
Japan and America, like maybe 30,000, maybe.
In America right now, there are on Steam, just on Steam, there are 1,000 people playing this game.
Whoo!
yeah,
The 24-hour peak, 1,200.
Like I said,
Yeah.
like I said, a lot of people really miss PSO2 OG more than they like NGS.
Yeah.
NGS
That's what I've heard.
That's
Yeah,
what
that's what I've
people.
heard.
That was a peak
OG.
of it.
because
Yeah, they should.
I
New
played
Genesis
that
trying to be a
term.
dud.
I made a Japanese account to play that because it wasn't here yet.
It
I was
wasn't
like, I'm
here.
gonna play
Crazy.
that.
That's true.
And also, Will just said people own the game to do a fashion show, not even to play the game.
Yeah,
Yep.
I
That's
see I
crazy.
see a lot more costumes than I do. action.
Super Road Wars. Man, what a series that's consistent as fuck, though.
Yeah, they consistent for real. You ain't lying, King.
Not the biggest series, but consistent as hell, so it can't be falling off. They never
say a
fell
D,
off all
yeah.
the way.
Does it pat like so? This is the thing. Disgaea, I do feel like is at the top of D, and
Does
so
it
does
pass
it? Is it more
Disgaea?
popular than Disgaea?
I don't think
Are
so.
there more mecha anime fans
than there
are
Disgaea
Disgaea fans? Is really what we ask.
Well, let me ask you this: how does Super Robot Wars do in Japan? How's it?
I imagine it still does pretty well.
Consider it's still alive after 30 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe.
Super
Well, I'll
Robot
put it this way:
Wars been
since
on
you're
a
the
lot
one
of
who like fucks with that franchise the most out of all of us, if you feel like it's D, then hey, I put it there.
That's a good point.
What's the last
my
Disgaea,
last-
y'all?
What was the
What'd you
last Disgaea?
Yeah.
There was one that came out this year, I think.
It's 8, ain't it?
7?
Is it 7 or 8? I could be wrong.
I mean, I don't know number wise where it falls, but I believe it came out this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Unless there's another one announced already. Like you never know these games.
That was another problem they had. They started
I
making
think
too
7
many
was
of them.
the last one.
7 was the last one. Okay. And that came out this year.
Yo, look, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna go back on something. I know we were talking about Phantasy Star earlier. I just
It's actually interesting. They're both strategy RPG series. This actually doesn't make sense to compare them.
Why in the fuck did that game randomly have the hardest dip ever at 54 players?
What are we talking about?
I was talking about. I went back on Phantasy Star. I was looking at a chart, and I seen that there was like a humongous dip somewhere.
It probably was an outage.
They only had like double-digit players in the game. I was like, oh,
It probably was like an outage. You know, sometimes they have like an outage where like you can't get on, and some niggas just be in the game even though they can't get on it. Just to be keep it on in the background.
they be logged in. Everybody else got kicked out.
So there's 700 people playing it right now.
14,000 people is not bad for a niche strategy RPG series.
I don't want to rely too heavily on Steam charts for the most part, but
is it 7?
On that one, yeah, 7 is the latest one.
26. You know what?
There's your answer.
All right, there you go.
Well, the peak all time. This is from 2 years ago. The all-time peak was 2,600 people.
About
versus 14,000 or something like that.
There
you go.
Yeah, there you go.
Let's
go
get
ahead.
that in C tier real quick.
Yeah.
all right, Super Robot Wars. We heard you loud and clear.
You sound like that.
Yeah.
You sound like that.
That's what he said. I'm like that. Like, you right.
This is interesting because does the popularity of the anime reflect the games?
They have hella games, by the way.
Well, this is interesting because the popularity in the anime ain't where it used to be.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah.
So a lot of their games are like multiplayer RPGs, right? Like
they be single player with multiplayer functions, but
that's more so what I meant. Yeah. Single player, multiplayer functions. And they've made quite a bit of these now. This is basically a full franchise.
I guess my question would just be,
games?
how many people, excuse me, are like actually playing them and like what the sales look like.
I have no idea about. The only person I knew who played this was my little brother. I could text him. He's the only person I know who played these.
Because
I'm gonna say the bottom.
Tell me how many people playing.
It's definitely in C. Gotta be in C.
If those games are that popular, then I mean, C, I guess.
I mean, they are. And people do get together.
Hell,
and join up and play them.
Regardless of the quality, they keep selling because they keep making
them. Yeah.
So
okay,
they made hella.
Sword Art Online.
The last one might have been 3 years ago, maybe.
Oh yeah, it was a remake of. It was based off the what's the most recent Sword Art?
Alicization.
Alicization. They made one based off Alicization.
So
Fractured
it's more popular
Daydream was last year.
It ain't passing that Digimon. I tell you that.
No.
Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream was last year.
All right, Tales of.
We've got some interesting ones here.
Tales of and Trails next. All right, baby.
I told you if I had my way where they would be, but we got to keep it a buck.
So they're definitely still making Tales games.
They're still making them, and then they're pulling up still for the series.
You think C?
Bottom of B.
Bottom of B?
Yeah.
It's more popular than Saga.
Yeah, it is. It is, but Saga is on the slow ride.
Game wise, and it's like has such a long history combined of games, and they're remaking. But they got so many games that the remakes of the game is gonna take forever.
I don't want to rely too heavily on sales, even though that is a part of it.
Yeah.
But Saga lifetime sales 10 million, probably a little higher because it's the last update was in 2019. Right. Last update for Tales is in 2024, 30 million.
Yeah, that sounds
about right. So here's what I'd ask: like, should we just go ahead and put Tales like right beside Megaten? Because I mean, it'll be above Atelier.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, way above Atelier.
Yeah, be way above Atelier.
Yeah, it's a pretty big franchise. Shout out to Symphonia. Shout out to Vesperia. I like Vesperia a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, Symphonia, Vesperia, Abyss.
Now this is gonna be you all's combo right here.
Trails game. Ooh. Where y'all at?
Let's see where we at. It is definitely surpassed. Yeah. You know what?
See it above Saga.
It's about. Yeah, that's about right.
Oh, you all would actually put it in C?
So here's the thing about Trails. Yeah. It's got a lot of vocal fans that are very loud, and they proselytize the franchise.
Me a little bit.
But there aren't a lot of us. It's just we talk a lot. We won't shut the fuck up about it.
Now, I will say this. The one thing I want to bring up in this a lot is there are ascending franchises and descending franchises. Like falling off of ones that just send all the way down. Trails is definitely an ascending franchise. Yeah, like the most recent game was the highest review game they've ever had.
Facts. And I mean, like, it remains to be seen what I know. Tales is not quite at 10 million copies sold. So I don't want to, just wholly rely on sales, but like when
I hear what you're saying.
It's 2000, like as of last year, it was at 9.5.
Right.
And so I don't know, like Daybreak should have gotten them to another level, and Trails in the Sky first chapter really should have catapulted them
over.
But we won't know until like there won't be a new sales update until like December.
Right.
But even still, when you think about household franchise names for even amongst JRPG fans, Trails is just now breaking into being a household name. Versus like Atelier has been with us forever.
Okay, I was going to ask you, would you still put Atelier over Trails? And all right.
I mean, Trails is to me a better. Well, you know what? It's not even fair because I've never played an Atelier game all the way to completion.
No, I think you could still put Trails above Atelier.
Well, I'm saying, as far as quality wise, I've never played an Atelier game to completion. I played Rise of 1, and I got a little frustrated with how the mechanics worked, and I just put it down, and I never came back to it. It's never really grabbed me in the way that Trails has. Like, I always look at it, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like Yumiya, Yumiya, my bad, with like the rocket boots and the motorcycle and the building shit. I was like, man, I love to play that. And in the reviews, they was kind of like, well, whatever. I was like, oh, well, I guess I'll go back to it. In reality, I probably won't go back to it because there's so many games always coming out. Right. But you look at it, like I said, like when you talk about household names, Persona, Final Fantasy, Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts, Nier Automata, Megaten, Tales of, Paper Mario, those are household. And Atelier is there basically just off the fact that it's still around. And I think the first one came out in PS1 era. So
yeah.
Trails is not there yet. I agree with Rakeem. It is ascending.
Okay.
I will say this too. Like when I was watching the playthroughs of like Trails first chapter, so many people I watched who I followed on YouTube or YouTubers played that game for the first series for the first time. It was so many of them were first time players. They didn't even know about the franchise. They were just people beg them to play it because the fan base really, really wanted to get people who had never experienced the series before to try it. And I think it has had a big impact. Like you said, we'll see about sales. I imagine sales still going to be better than usual. The trail sales are just low.
Absolutely.
They've just always been low.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what would help is if it's nominated for RPG of the year.
RPG of the year.
I think
that would help.
I think that would help.
That would help.
I think that's reasonable.
No, I think that's very possible.
Worth saying here is, to my knowledge, Trails does not have a million seller yet.
No,
like one game that sold 1 million. It does not have that.
Never happened.
So when it gets to that, that's when you can start talking about upgrading it into the B tier. So
that's, you know what, you all gave a fair assessment. I appreciate that. I feel like that's a very fair assessment.
I'm gonna try to be even handed with you, man. If I could hate, speaking of hate.
Let me get down to East and I'm gonna have a conversation.
Valkyria Chronicles.
The last one was a remaster, right?
No, it should have been
VC4, right?
VC4. It should be VC4.
Did they do a VC1 remake?
They did. They did a remaster. Yeah.
Oh, they had VC4 and they had that weird spinoff game that sucked.
Oh, you talking about Valkyria Revolution?
Yeah, that shit sucked.
That came before VC4, right?
It did come before VC4. You're right. I was just thinking back in my mind of the different series.
I got Valkyria Revolution.
Yeah, Valkyria just like it was like it had a moment and it just
it never really.
We've had
one and two were the moment, and then after that was kind of
right.
If this was PS3 era, this would probably be in like B tier.
Yeah.
You know
absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I think kind of hurt Valkyria a little bit? I think
being on handhelds for a lot of being on handhelds. Yep.
Thank you. Because I was gonna say I think that's what kind of got it. Because I think the next games after that, after the first and the second one, they were on the PSP.
Yep.
They were on the PSP like right after.
Because even when they came back, the game was so bad.
Oh, you talking about Valkyrie Profile now?
Yeah.
Sorry, since Will was still talking about Valkyria Chronicles.
I'm sorry, I didn't know we didn't walk forward.
I'm so sorry. No.
I didn't know we didn't walk forward. My bad.
Hey, I don't think that saved it from F.
No, that game sucked.
That fake ass Valkyrie Profile, I don't think that saved you.
I don't even know what they were thinking by releasing it.
It was technically not even called Valkyrie Profile, right? Wasn't it called Valkyrie?
It's called Valkyrie Elysium.
Yeah,
it was part of that universe, though.
Yeah, I know it's part of the universe, but they dropped the profile name, so it was like they didn't even want to.
It was part of the
Valkyrie's trash can.
Put it in L for the fact that once again it was a square fumble.
This is another franchise.
They tripped over a cordless phone making the game. As far as I'm concerned,
this is another franchise where the original game is like, it's a classic among JRPG fans.
Yeah.
But it's the systems of the game, and the battle system was really popular and recreating different games. I played so many different games, like the game that Indivisible, for instance, was like a modern day take on Valkyrie Profile. Because so many, we had that other RPG that was on PSP, Exist Archive. There's another series, like this Western series, that copied the mechanics. The mechanics of Valkyrie Profile were so cool. It just sucks that the franchise itself is just like, just died.
Yeah.
Wild Arms is also unfortunately an F.
Yeah, Wild Arms is down there too.
I played Wild Arms 1 recently. I've been playing Wild Arms 1. I've been loving it. I was like, man, I can't believe I missed that on Wild Arms 1. I played 3, I think, was my first one.
Yeah, 3 was my first one. I got it on PS2.
Yeah, one is good. I like it. I'm playing a lot.
Xeno.
So Xeno is does this is
You know,
really
it's
we're just
pretty
talking
high.
about Blade, right?
Is what we gonna do. So
It seems like we're talking about just Xeno.
Gears,
Yeah, 'cause that's the
Saga,
Xeno
and
Gears,
Blade.
yeah.
Saga and Blade. If we talking
Seem
about
like
all
everything.
that, it gotta go.
I think personally, this is an easy A tier for me.
Agreed.
I don't know.
Going up.
What
That's why he's made it.
sales is
We can
like
look it up.
the Xenoblade trilogy right now? Where does it sit like sales wise?
Let's see.
Actually, you
The
know
Xeno
what? Yeah,
franchise is at 10 million.
you know what? Yeah, I would put it over Megaten. When as soon as you put it in A and I saw what's in B, I was like, yeah, I think I would put it. Honestly,
I hard agree with this one.
Impact.
I'd put it above Nier.
Yeah.
Because let's be
Oof.
real, Nier really
It's being
has
hard
just
carried.
one game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One game
Yeah.
that's
Automata.
really carrying that franchise.
Absolutely.
So
Big
Xeno's
time. Uh-oh.
man. So like if you talk about the whole franchise, it is captured the old fans who played back on the Xenogears days and its impact. Saga had a moment on PS2, and then when they came out with the Blade games, I remember those games. That game wasn't even over here, and fans begged it to come over here, and they made
Operation
them sell it.
Rainfall. We
Yeah.
had to fight them on getting them games.
And they
fact that
became
we
one of
finally
Nintendo's
got,
biggest RPG franchises.
we finally got Chronicles re-released. So hey,
Yep. And it became one of Nintendo's biggest RPG franchises. I can't deny that.
We
That
sure
impact.
got
That's
it.
impact.
Yeah.
It's down here. I got it.
Man, I wish
Hold on,
they
I don't
remake
see-
Xenogears, man. God, dog.
I don't see Megaten on
Do
this.
I got
something
Xenogears.
man.
I ain't realize it was so expensive, but I got it.
Oh, it's yeah.
well, what are you
What's
looking
up,
up?
Sage?
I was looking at
$150.
sales.
It's been around 30 years. Shit. It should have a lot of sales.
I will say
Been
that
around.
Megaten is interesting because you know what? If you wanted to put it at the bottom of A, I kind of
Hey.
honestly, if we're putting it in A,
Hey.
well, damn it,
I
that
had
comes
to
back to
look
sales too.
I had to look at what Megaten sold. Lord have mercy.
How much it sold? It's been around 30 years, so it makes sense.
42 million.
Whew.
I mean, it's a lot of
Megaten.
games, so
Now,
Yeah.
it's been around 37 years. The first one came out in 87. So
Yeah.
That's correct.
yeah,
Now,
still, though,
also, Megaten did Pokemon before Pokemon existed.
that is true.
it did.
It did.
To be
So,
honest, if we're
Megaten
putting it
has
in
been
A,
described
I
as
kind of
Pokemon
want to
with
put it
consequences.
above Nier, but I mean, I let you all.
That's fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
That's fair.
hard carry, like you said.
Da-da-da.
You know what?
want people to get
That,
into
you
Megaten
know
for
what?
real.
I'm
fits
cool with
better.
that. I'm actually
That's
cool with
probably
that. And that's kind of
Correct,
why I
right,
said when we
yeah.
got to the tail end of this, we could kind of flesh it out more because some placements would start to make more sense.
Yeah,
Right.
you could arguably in that case also move Tails up to A, maybe.
Tails is at 30
I can see
million.
that. I can see that argument.
It
I kind of
is.
feel
I
like
mean, if we
Tails
talking
is
about,
still kind of like a top of the B kind of
It-
series, I think.
I do feel you on that too.
it's one of those top of
It's
B, bottom of A, wherever it ain't.
In between there, be fine.
It ain't in the middle of A. We can say that.
Not in the middle of all of that.
Now, Xenogears is a weird one because it's only sold, I think, around 10 million copies. But the Xenoblade franchise is so big, like that's one of those things where everybody knows what it is
Yeah, that's
right now.
it's super big right
Yeah.
now.
Super.
Yokai Watch.
Falling off.
They screwed that game because
So
if I'm not
quick.
mistaken, what they did with that game is they released way too many games and way too many
Yes.
versions of games.
Yes.
So
That's what
they
fucked it
were
up.
trying to make that because I know it was huge. Yokai Watch was huge in Japan,
It was.
and they
Yeah,
were
it
trying to
was.
make it a thing over here. But there's just way too many games that they were putting out like kind of back to back with each other.
Yeah, it was really sad too because I remember like that was like one of the first games to be like, man, this is a real competitive Pokemon.
And
They kind of
like
had the
Terrence said,
Guitar Hero
they
problem
spammed
where
the
they
fuck
like
out.
just put out way too many.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last one, East.
Let me
Alright.
talk. Let me
Where does
talk.
East
'cause
go?
this-
Alright,
this
go
is my
ahead,
fucking
Rocket.
franchise. Look, man. Look, man. Now, look. I will say this: East has always been a niche franchise. It is
Yes, it has.
foundational to the action RPG franchise, JRPG franchise, just like Dragon Quest was to the turn-based JRPG franchise. So East is in that same kind of vein. It really didn't hit its stride in popularity in the West, I mean, you could argue the PS2 games kind of started building it up a little bit, but it still was kind of niche. I think around like recent times, around East 8, Lacrimosa of Dana, that was the game that like everyone was like applauding. It had its own issues with like some translation stuff and some stuff going on with the system. But as far as East and like RPG gamers, that was the game that like made people like it. The East 9 built up off of that. And the East 10 came out. And that was the game where everybody noticed, like, why does this game look so bad? Because at this point, Trails so East was like Falcom's mothership franchise. That was their biggest franchise. That is not the case anymore. Trails has definitely usurped that. I think everyone can agree to that by now. But like the effort they've put into Trails, they did not replicate that with East. Probably because Trails was making so much more money. Probably. So like I want to put East. I think C is okay. But I mean I could argue like East. Yeah. It's behind Suikoden though. Suikoden is bigger than East. I think Suikoden is bigger than East.
Where is East ranked?
Yeah, I feel like
it's low, bro.
Yeah, East just never had a big breakout.
It's super niche.
Yeah,
it never had a big breakout.
It was also like on the PSP for so long, right?
That's true. Yeah, it had like 3 games on handhelds.
So if we talking sales, just as a part of it, not the entire thing, but a part of it. Right. Star Ocean sold 4.2 million as of 2013, and East sold 4.8 million as of 2017.
Yeah.
Of course, there are a lot of major games like East 8, like you said, that would have came out after that. East 9,
correct.
Of course.
East 9, Monster Knox.
East 10 is not out yet, right? Or am I tripping?
East 10 been out.
Okay,
out 2 years.
East 10 Proud Nordics came out.
Right, Proud Nordics is 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
it's out in Japan.
I mean, it's an active franchise. They make one pretty much every 3 years now, like clockwork. I feel like it's C tier. Yeah, I feel like it's C tier. I've been enjoying the games. I haven't played every game in the franchise, but I played a good bit of it. I played East 1. I played East 2. I played
Origin,
the PS2 games. I played East 0, East 7, East 8, East 9. I have not played East X yet. That's the most recent one.
Yeah.
So I just feel like I just want to talk about it for a little bit because it's frustrating watching Trails is ascending because they finally gave Trails the love it deserves.
Yeah.
And East just feels like the bastard child of their company, right? Well, outside of Xanadu, that's taking forever to get another game.
That's the real bastard child.
That's the real bastard child. East still gets active
ain't even on this list.
Yeah, damn. Yeah, you're right. That's too niche. But you too niche for JRPGs. You too niche.
Man.
But yeah, I think C is about right. I feel like it had the opportunity to kind of go up with East X, but they just kind of dropped the ball on that. Maybe with East 11, and maybe they use a new engine they got to make a new East game. It would be good. I don't know, but I just had to talk about it because I've been frustrated with East. Just a little frustrated.
So, be frustrated, bro.
The last thing I want to do before we close out.
Okay.
Since I did start leaning into the ordering thing towards the end. Any egregious stuff here in S tier where it's like, okay, is that wrong?
Nah, I don't think so. I mean, I think order
is okay.
I think that order is accurate.
S is fine.
You probably do that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
All right. What about A tier?
Is Souls more popular than Final Fantasy overall?
Well,
in terms of impact, right? In terms of right now,
yeah,
I'd say yeah.
Yeah, to right now.
Yeah.
If we're counting,
and that's
the FromSoft universe as a whole, like Elden Ring, Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Bloodborne.
Yeah, that was
I'd say
original argument.
Yeah.
That you got to count all
I thought we grouped in the whole magic thing.
You said a what?
I thought we grouped in the whole magic thing.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
because people are talking about like if they were to put like Souls in Magic, I don't know if Souls would sell $200 million in a day.
$200 million in a day. I can tell you that right now.
Nah.
I mean, if we're talking like merchandising after that, I feel like that's kind of a different conversation.
But that's why I asked earlier, like, are we just talking game? That's why when I was talking Final Fantasy, I was talking to games and not Magic.
If if we just talking the games, I mean, that would kick Final Fantasy out of S tier, to be honest.
That's why I said,
that's his argument.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that's his argument.
That's why I said earlier, like I wouldn't put Final Fantasy S right now, but we talking about overall, then yeah.
So you're suggesting like putting it at the very top of A tier? Or would you put I'll tell you what. Would we just kind of like tie Final Fantasy and Dragon Quest together in A tier?
I'd personally be fine with that.
So here's the thing.
All right.
I do think I think you got to rely on multiple factors, right? And so like, yeah, on the one side, the games aren't selling as well as they used to, but they are, like, the characters are still iconic. People still flip their shit when Cloud was put in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
And the magic shit, that does count. It's not in video games, but it does count to show you just how recognizable those characters are, that people flipped their shit and just went out and got Tidus and Vivi and all these other characters in the Final in Magic the Gathering. That does have to be part of it. At the same time, Dark Souls, like Terrence said, it inspired a whole genre. Like the Souls likes, that's where that came from. Like that we can't escape them now just because of what FromSoft did with that. So I feel like that's enough to get it out of A tier, but it's not enough to put it above Dark Souls, if that makes sense.
I don't know. I just think if they would have put Dark Souls in Magic, it wouldn't do
Absolutely.
nowhere near.
I 100%
Well, it's
agree.
kind of the same problem with Dragon Quest, where it's like, I mean, you have there's iconicness to like some of the designs in those games, but they don't have like iconic characters
like
per
household
se. Yeah, like
characters.
household. Like nobody is saying like, what's the jar from Elden Ring, the pot thing. Like nobody's like talking about that character just in casual conversation like that.
Nah,
yeah, I mean those are cool characters. It's the same thing with,
Millennia,
like,
maybe.
Who?
Millennia, maybe. That's about it.
Yeah.
Millennia, and I mean, like the pot. He could get. I think he's more popular than you think, just because like he's a little quirky character and people like those. So, but I mean, like I don't know. I agree that like Dark Souls doesn't necessarily have the household name outside of gaming, but inside of gaming, you got to look at what it's done recently. Because if we get too tied to sales, then this whole list is all fucked up. Because like Tails, it should be in D, E should be in D. You don't want to get too tied into sales. You gotta also include like the thing that Keem said about it being ascending franchises versus descending franchises. I feel like Final Fantasy has the popularity, the stuff, the iconicness it has. It's kind of on the decline if they don't figure out what to do next really quickly.
That's why I asked earlier.
If 17 was a disappointment, like let's say it comes out and it's a disappointment, that would do a ton of damage to Final Fantasy as a brand. And by that point, I would put it in A, but I would be like, it's at the bottom of A. Low-key.
Yeah, that's why I asked earlier, are we making a distinction? We just keeping the games, because Final Fantasy is not an S tier game anymore. I'd say it's stabilized at a A maybe or B plus for me personally.
I'll say because of the iconic, like Sage was saying, I say because of the iconic nature of it, the characters, just the legacy that it has, I think it being an S is justified, but
for
now. But like Sage said, depending on Square's next move, it can come down. I put it this way. They already fucked up by the newest Dissidia game is like a mobile only game, and it looks
that's the type shit.
Yeah,
it's that type shit that like 5 years from now, if we were to reconvene and have this conversation again, I'd be like, yeah, Devin, right? They fucked up for 5 years straight. Now A-tier franchise.
I will give them credit for the re-release of Tactics, though. That seemed to be very well received.
That did a lot better than I would have thought. Yeah, but I guess that's what I'm getting at. Like, it's where they're at right now. Kind of like, and I talked about this with you, Devin. Like when I said Bethesda, when they came out with Starfield, it was like when they came out with Fallout 4, people was like, this don't quite hit like Skyrim, but I'll let it slide because I like it. And then they came out with Starfield, and people was like, it was a louder chorus of people that was divisive and saying like, this don't hit like Skyrim at all. And some people was like, this don't even hit like Fallout 4. And you had some people that was still kind of in Starfield's court. And I said, hey man, if Elder Scrolls 6 come out and it's still on the same level of Starfield, that's gonna be a huge, you fucked your whole brand up at that point. And I think that's the same thing with Final Fantasy. Like if 17 was to come out and they blew it, it's like, well, that's it. You done blown your brand and it's over now. Like you now you got to dig your way out. And I don't know, like I think 7, because that's the other thing. If 7 Remake 3 is good and they finish on a strong note, that could digging your way up. So
right.
But I mean, I definitely see where you're coming from, which is why I got it at the back of S, and Dragon Quest at the top of A.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I agree that if we're talking overall, it's definitely is, but like, because I still feel like with Souls games, Elden Ring was a game to really get like the crossover to like casuals.
Yeah,
and like I mean, you see Kasa Nat streaming, people are like, "Oh, this is a new game." Like, bro, this game been out forever. Like, people do, but Dark Souls in general wasn't quite like that.
No,
Elden Ring was the one that brought that. But if you talking about like just something that people know of, like Final Fantasy,
you could even argue it started happening with Sekiro, because Sekiro was the one that started being really well streamed a lot because it was so hard. And then
Bloodborne was the one that everybody wouldn't shut up about.
Yeah.
Well, that's true.
Sekiro
people
carried that on.
Dark Souls 3 as well, of course. Yeah.
Dark Souls 3, and it was a building thing.
Yeah,
I'll put it this way: if Elden Ring was on the list by itself, it'd be S. Then Dark Souls would come down, or if like Bloodborne was here, they would be in their own kind of tiers. I feel like, but
I would agree, but I would say Dark Souls still would probably be A, just off the like. I really don't want it here, but if we count it as a JRPG, then it has to be S, just because of what Terrence said, that it inspired a whole genre. Like, you can't escape Souls-likes right now. They're everywhere. And Souls-like influences everywhere, like the stamina bar and shit. That we didn't use stamina bar. Like, if you go back to PS3 era and most of PS4, they wasn't using no stamina bars.
Not really.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's A. Do y'all think A is organized right?
Let's see, Dragon Quest, Kingdom Hearts, Megaten, Fire Emblem, Xeno, and Nier.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Yeah. I can agree to this. This is perfectly fine.
Yeah.
A is fine.
I think B is where it should be.
Yeah.
I'm really like a lot of Atelier. A lot of the reason Atelier is where it is off the strength of like how long it's been around and Ryza.
Yeah.
Ryza being so popular.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would have had
the most recent series that came out, like it didn't score as high as Ryza, but it's no slouch either. It was like at least like what, high 70s or something like that.
79, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's so.
Yeah.
See, Digimon is it. I mean,
Digimon's finally on the up and up.
Yeah, it really is. Most of the points it's getting is coming from like the fact that the new game is so strongly received. Like people are such big fans of it.
I feel like if those older games, if a lot of them were a little bit better, this would have been higher on the list automatically because it's been around. They've been making games for this for so long.
Yeah,
it would have been similar to Pokemon, but a lot of them been like just
Bandai Namco holds that franchise back. They could do so much more with it, but when it comes to anime games, Bandai Namco will only do so much.
Very true.
I feel like this is right. What do y'all think?
East is definitely behind Trails. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, East is behind Trails.
Let's see.
I put up Super Robot Wars just a little higher.
Shit, you could put Saga. You might be able to put Saga above East. To be honest,
truthfully,
I guess
I'm not lying.
With Bravely Default, I guess that's all included with like Octopath. Because I was trying to say Mono would be above Bravely.
No, it's not.
Bravely Default is just Bravely Default.
They have 3 games.
Bravely Default 2. That's
I feel like Mono would be above Bravely Default, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Saga above East.
I'll give you that.
And we are missing like Octopath.
On behalf of Saga and
East above Mono,
who has been like here seeing it, like seeing
East above. So here's the thing.
But what's up?
We do have to like it's kind of almost like a point system. So like a point in East's favor is that the last few East games have been very well received. Sales, I wouldn't say that the sales. In fact, we can look at the sales.
Most of these don't even have East Saga and Mana are not the sales giants to worry about.
Well, Mana, I think Mana still might outsell.
Trials of Mana that game was
pretty
good. Solid.
So
Mana,
man, he's
and it kind of revitalized like the
as of 2021, Mana has 8 million sales.
Okay.
And East has 4.8.
I think you can argue.
Yeah, I was gonna say that Mana.
That's an argument that Mana could be above East. That's an argument.
I would put Mana behind
because they had a Mana game last year.
Yeah, that motherfucker didn't. Hold on.
What Mana
How
game
was
they have
Proud
last year?
Nordics received?
Vision.
It's all right. Like
Visions?
Oh, Visions came out like damn. I thought that was 2023.
No, last year.
Super Robot Wars the over Mana.
Hold on, wait.
Yes.
You said Proud Nordics. Yes, about that.
Hold on.
Yeah. Just so the audience knows, this is how hardcore JRPG fans we are. That we're sitting here making sure that our placements are perfect.
I'm sending this out. Like, I want Keem to tweet this tier list out ahead of the podcast.
Oh, okay.
See if it catch fire. See if people get angry at us, and if they don't, or if they agree with us, I don't care. I'm not trying to piss nobody off. But if they agree with us, cool. If they don't agree with us, whatever. But we sending this out early. The tier list, that is. Super Robot Wars has sold 20 million copies as of 2024.
Okay.
And the thing you got to think about with Super Robot Wars is it's not just the franchise. It is also every mecha anime that is a part of that franchise. So really, I feel like I'm kind of shortchanging it by putting it in C. I kind of feel like it should be in B. Because I didn't realize that it sold that many copies.
It's been around 37 years. Makes sense.
It's been around forever.
Time.
But it was
a lot of games and places.
You know, in America, we couldn't get it.
Yeah, we couldn't for like quite some time.
I mean, I remember playing one of them on Game Boy Advance, and
that's when we got one. It was I think it was what OG Super.
And I played the hell out of it.
Original generation.
The only thing I would dock against it is I don't know how good.
Oh, Digimon and Robot moved up to B. Okay.
Digimon moving up is reasonable. I think that's
Digimon got the sales for it, and Super Robot Wars got the sales for it too.
Fair enough.
And again, this is a very recency, or like if people say, "Oh, it's recency bias," yes, that's the point.
I mean, it's popularity.
It is popularity. Yeah. Right now, Digimon is super fucking popular.
Yeah.
That New Game Time Stranger is it was everywhere. I think the Steam concurrence was like 70,000 or some shit like that. That motherfucker was a hit. And Super Robot Wars is not as popular, but again, every mecha fan that likes RPGs is getting Super Robot Wars.
Yeah.
So you got to look at that too.
Digimon also has the timing with Pokemon being out now, so you could actually contrast it to and be like, dude, this might be a little bit better. So
I have seen a lot of people doing exactly that.
That is becoming a thing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now the only question is, does Trails deserve to be at the top of C?
So we're going to give Trails. Well, Trails has a very recent game that also reviewed incredibly well.
So
I definitely got that.
Top of C.
Okay.
Yeah.
Since you all have started to like factor sales into and everything, I have to ask, where do Mario and Luigi and Yokai Watch stand in terms of sales?
Yokai Watch, I think did I see 17 million?
It was pretty popular.
No, it was definitely popular. Although, do they still make the games?
In forever. They barely have any games now.
Oh, well, they see. Okay, well, they don't make any more.
2020.
Oh, okay. Well, if they don't make any more games, and even if it has like high sales, it's not as relevant.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And Mario and Luigi, I'm not sure.
Well, here's the thing.
Like about 7-8 million.
Here's the thing for Yokai Watch. Level 5 is in a bad way and has been for a long time.
Yeah, they have.
They struggle to put out video games. Deca Police should have been out 2 years ago. It's not coming out till next year.
I forgot about Deca Police.
Exactly. In Inazuma 11, that shit should have been out by now. I think
you're right.
It's finally about to come out.
I played the demo last year.
Yep.
Professor Layton got pushed back.
Professor Layton got put they're not in a good spot. So I'm not even necessarily going to say Yokai Watch is dead as a franchise. Just Level 5 is in such a bad way that they can't seem to put out video games at the rate that they should be putting them out. So
You got the plate too full.
But at the same time, I can't say that Yokai Watch, at least in the West, has the brand popular or has the name recognition that Trails does right now.
It doesn't. Not even close.
Or
Oh,
East.
no, not at all.
No, not even close.
Saga,
no.
Mana, none of that.
Nah, I wouldn't put Yokai Watch over. I actually think where that is fine. I mean, I'd almost argue Mega Man is more relevant now than Yokai. So it's I feel like Yokai could kind of go.
And Mega Man should be 1 and 2.
I can agree with that.
Yeah, because Mario and Luigi sold like 12, 13 million total.
Just off the strength of like how recognizable, like,
yeah,
because that's again like
brands.
If you think about it in like a point system kind of way, you got to get some points off just being the Mario and Luigi brand.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Yeah.
So and then the Mega Man brand also
like 5 or so games.
Yep.
So
they had a ridiculous number. If you count Battle Network and the Battlestar one too, that's like 10 games.
About Mario and Luigi.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mario and Luigi.
Like 5 so games.
Well, I will say that. Well, see, this is if we're getting into the technicalities of this, then Digimon has to be above Atelier, right?
Again, keeping in mind the point system, one of the things that we losing off of Digimon is that it doesn't. It's just this one game.
That one.
Fair enough, because I guess that was the same argument for Nier. So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Like it's being hard carried. Like I think if you looked up Digimon's overall sales, they'd be pretty high, but the quality would be kind of like meh. Cyber Sleuth, it was decently received, but like this is the first time Digimon's had like breakout success to where even if you're not a Digimon fan, it's like, hey man, you might want to try this game. This game kind of cold. So I don't think anybody cares what we do with D and F.
No, they
don't matter.
No,
nobody
cares what we're doing in F.
Well, actually, hold on.
Hardcore Disgaea fans.
Hold on. Scroll down now. Hold on. I could do something with D. Golden ones. Golden Sun gonna be top. Wild Arms.
I like where I got that.
I was gonna say I think I put Mother above Golden Sun.
Yeah,
people are clamoring.
Just because Mother, like people won't shut the fuck up about Mother.
Well, I also say that you have so many spinoffs. That
you said what?
Go ahead, Will.
You put highlight at the back. Nobody even know what the fuck that is.
I remember it, but I remember
highlight, but I don't.
Wait a minute.
Put hack at the.
Didn't Angry Video Game Nerd review highlight?
Yes.
It's that game.
That game.
That game.
And then put Breath of Fire. Well, how you can put Breath of Fire?
You know what's wild? That game sucked, but I think at the time it did very well.
And Valkyrie Profile used to be a good one, so it could be like at the higher ones. Shadow Heart's good.
I mean, the problem is the quality. Like, I guess I'm going off of. I feel like these are all in the same kind of mush, like a mushy middle, where it's like, hey man, I don't.
They're in the ether because
none of them are that much more recognizable than the other.
Not anymore. Valkyrie Profile is also a Tri-Aces game, so. Yeah, but still.
I mean, some of them are getting remakes, like Front Mission. So at least it had one.
Yeah, Front Mission.
I'll put it this way: if we're playing around with this, I'd put at least Parasite Eve above Parasite Eve next to Drakengard. Or wait,
because people won't shut the fuck up about Parasite Eve.
People are clamoring for.
If you were gonna rank these. I would rank them in order of how badly people are clamoring for a remake or a new game in the franchise.
Yeah, I definitely heard Mother. I hear a lot of people talk about Golden Sun as well. Parasite Eve definitely. Nobody ever talks about Dot Hack. Thank God.
Yeah,
Breath of Fire I hear a good bit.
No, I ain't gonna say that.
No,
really?
No, people talk about Dot Hack.
People talk about Dot Hack. Ask for that.
Really?
Oh yeah, anime or a game?
As a game.
Oh, as a game. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Thank God.
Hell, it's more people that want the game back than the anime.
Yeah. People are still clamoring to get those first 4 games put back out.
I miss Medabots personally. I fuck with Medabots.
I definitely miss Medabots.
I think I miss Medabots as an anime more than a game.
That might be it. That might be it. Yeah, you might be up there.
Ain't nobody asked for Monster Rancher.
Monster Rancher. It was so unique too. Like taking the
anime
on the stick.
Yeah, that wouldn't even work.
I like the anime. It was fun.
You don't.
Yeah, my boy Suezo was that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, Front Mission. I think the remakes kind of killed Front Mission.
Yeah, the remakes kind of did.
Man,
not being
nobody talked about them. I don't know if they were that bad, but people just like,
They all had 70s.
Yeah.
Dog.
So yeah.
Didn't the games review higher than that when they came out?
Yeah, but I think they didn't do enough quality of life type shit. They just kind of remade them straight and was like, here you go.
You can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta do something. Like what Tactics did with voice acting. You gotta do something different.
Yeah.
Oh, and being able to like retry like battles, because apparently that wasn't a thing back then on the old one for Tactics. Like if you died somewhere, that was it. You just have to go back and reload the save. Whereas in the remake, you could be like, hey, let me stop. I'm gonna retry this battle from the top again because something didn't go right. So
all right.
I'm satisfied with this.
I'm satisfied. Yeah. I'm satisfied.
The coolest.
Yeah, I mean, if we pick nitpick anymore, this will be. This is already over 2 hours, so
we put a little effort into it.
This shows you the level of passion that we got for JRPGs. Like we fuck with them over here. So we apologize for coming out with this King Kong sized episode.
I don't think it'll ever be a perfect list because like JRPGs specifically had that boom and it just like they branched out in so many different directions with like how the games work. You could never like all of them equally.
No,
you can't.
All right. I think that's gonna wrap this week up. I hope so. If you're new to us and like this episode, I need you to hit that like button, subscribe, tell your friends about us, and do me a personal favor. Have an excellent week. Peace.
Peace out. Play JRPGs.
Play some JRPGs.
Play some Saga, damn it.